food.
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, text, and 5G data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
We are back to normal. All is back and right in the world. I'm trying to start a radio show, and Carmichael Dave is distracting my partner. Get out of here.
That was really funny. Sorry, can't say it on air.
Low key, like we have to share this studio again. I don't know if I like it.
I know,
like
it is a little weird.
For a week, it was just ours, you know? Like,
and I'm territorial, too.
Go do your thing in Vegas. Dave was gone for like 2 months.
Yeah, it's like we lifted our legs and peed a little.
That's not the analogy I would have used. Yeah, but I don't think.
My dog does it.
I hope you didn't do this in that in this room. We walk in and it's immediately freezing again. It's like, oh, yeah.
I already jacked the heat up.
Dave's back. Oh no, I know. You do as soon as you walk in the room, right in front of him, and it makes him mad.
Deal with it, Dave.
So we gotta share again, man. I'm an only child. I don't like sharing.
I know. I'm with you on that.
I want to do that.
I liked it when it was our room.
No, like even the Vegas guys are back. It's like great, welcome back or whatever.
Now we gotta like smell it. Feel like we were good smelling people over here.
Yeah, we made this place tidy and smell nice, and then Dave returned, and then the afternoon show will come in. The afternoon show smells fine, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I don't like leave food behind, or Whitey will complain about it.
You know
on the
what's
air.
funny though, Dave?
Wow, the most insulting thing you've ever done.
You didn't leave any food the entire week that they were all gone.
I'm being very diligent.
But
being intentional.
It's like once they get back, there's just something in your mind that clicks on that's like,
I'm just
you're just going to leave something
Leave a
behind.
banana in front of them or something. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, we'll get back with them. They're returning. The Vegas experience is over. It's done with. Kaput. At least it ended with the Sacramento Kings victory. We'll talk about that today. Welcome into Matt and Kayla on a Monday. I'm Matt George. Kayla Anderson with me, of course. And we've got Ramsey with us today in the other room, pressing the button. So shout out to Ramsey for helping us out today. Did you see the biggest news of the day? The biggest thing to happen.
Oh, boy.
The new Avengers trailer dropped today. Did you see that?
Oh, jeez. No, I did not.
I watched it, and I couldn't tell you what the hell was going on in any of it. I have no clue. I'm so out of the loop with Marvel since the last Avengers movie with all like the OG Avengers. I haven't watched really anything since, and they're showing all these characters and all these actors who I recognize the actors. I'm like,
who's starring in it?
Well, so like Thor, so Chris Hemsworth is still Thor.
Okay.
And he's like now the main dude.
Gotcha.
So he's now like the leader. Robert Downey Jr., who played Iron Man, Tony Stark, is now back as Dr. Doom, the bad guy, which I don't know how they're going to figure that out.
Okay, so they're shuffling around.
I guess
roles.
so, but there's multiverse things that just make everything confusing. The Fantastic Four are in it. Channing Tatum's in it as like the card guy. I'm not really I don't know. Like Black Panther's in it.
Okay.
It's the sister.
Yeah, because obviously.
Yeah, because of what happened. Yeah. Oh, and then at the very, very end of the trailer, all of a sudden, like the real OG Captain America is back. Steve Rogers is back, even though he was like old and then young and then old.
So are you
going to
go see it?
I don't know. It's in December. Like probably, but I'll have no clue what's going on. There's so much Marvel and so much Avengers content. Now the X-Men are part of it. I don't know any of the X-Men, nothing. It's just too much, man. It's too much.
Yeah, it's a hodgepodge.
Yeah, there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out. I'm still not even up to date on the Spider-Mans because the last Spider-Man had all 3 Spider-Mans. Yeah. And which Spider-Man's the Spider-Man? I don't freaking know.
There's also a Superwoman.
Exactly. Yeah. There's Superwoman is coming out. Yeah, that's DC, but haven't followed any of that. I don't know, man. There's just too much superhero stuff. I feel like superhero stuff has been played out, but then again, I'm sure now everybody's talking about the Avengers again. Because when it was like the mid 20-teens, Avengers were everything. Like those movies would drop and shut everything down. Now it's like, oh, new Avengers. And I'm like,
I think they're just trying too hard to come up with new content.
It was like the Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
Disney Plus happened, and then they dropped all this like side story stuff, and I'm completely lost.
At some point, I think it does lose. I mean, there's diehards, so I can't say everyone, but more of a casual viewer.
I've even checked out of like Star Wars stuff. There's too much Star Wars stuff now.
That's a lot for you to say.
Well, it's not Lord of the Rings. But even like Lord of the Rings now has the Rings of Power show, which I've kind of almost finished the most recent season. They're already starting to talk about the new season. It's like, oh, okay, it's okay. Mm-hmm. They just started.
What is that, like a miniseries?
No, it's the Rings of Powers. It's the Amazon.
You're talking to me like I know what that is.
Yeah, it's the Amazon Prime. It's the story of how the rings were created and how Sauron became Sauron.
Oh, Lord.
It's great. It's from the Silmarillion, which is J.R.R. Tolkien's like essentially Bible of the world. It's not a joke. It's like it's called the Silmarillion. It's the driest read in the history of reads, and it's just an entire history book of a world he created.
Oh my God!
It's like literally a history textbook. It's thick. It's
like THICCCCK.
Sure. Sure. It is thick.
Oh, goodness.
They did start production on The Hunt for Gollum, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Andy Serkis starring as Gollum and directing it. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Uh-huh.
Shut up, Ramsey. Hunt for Gollum. Now, when that drops, I'm there. Although the fact that Aragorn is played by a different actor now is going to be difficult.
This is all foreign language to me.
Yeah. That's all right. We'll work on it. Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about the Avengers Doomsday trailer that just dropped. I'll probably watch it.
I'll quiz you back
when
it comes out.
I'll probably watch it. Yeah, people are saying, Amadrock says I need to go watch Dune. I haven't seen any of the Dunes. I've heard the Dunes are phenomenal. I haven't seen any of the Dune movies. Dune is like, it's like sand.
Oh.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I have seen previews for those
Timothy Chalamet is in it, and so is Zendaya.
Zendaya.
She's also in Odyssey, isn't she? She's in Odyssey. Tom Holland's in the Odyssey. Anne Hathaway's in the Odyssey. That movie
Matt Damon.
Starring Matt Damon. That movie is stacked with talent. Shout out our guy.
I heard it's good, so.
I've heard great things about it. I'm going to go see it with the wife hopefully this week. My wife wants to see it in at the drive-in theaters.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I told you my drive-in horror story.
Oh, yeah, you're not going back to
when
that.
We went in a
I love the drive-ins.
Big-ass truck that is definitely overcompensating parked in front of me to where I could literally only see half the screen.
That is actually hilarious.
It was when we watched the first ever Deadpool movie, the first Deadpool movie. It was on Valentine's Day. My wife and I went, and I literally only saw half the movie. And you think that means, you left halfway through? No, I only saw the left side of the screen.
Did she see it in clear view?
She had like a better view than I did.
Because you think she wouldn't want to go back for that experience either.
Still wasn't great. Stupid truck. Anyway,
he's calling you out if you're listening.
Yeah, if you have a gigantic pickup that you also soup up 40 feet into the air with your dumb freaking suspension and big ass tires, don't go to a drive-in. Don't do it.
Selfish.
It's like being 7'5" and standing up in the front row of a concert. What the hell? Sit down. I'm complaining about things already. I just got back from camping.
Yeah, I was asking you how it was going, and the first thing you said is, "It was good.
It was fine.
It was good."
I'm not like I
You're
enjoy,
not a big camper.
No.
That explains why.
I enjoy going camping.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to be a diehard camper.
Yeah, but we don't have a trailer because why would we invest in that? And renting trailers is expensive as hell.
You do tents.
So we do tents,
Yeah.
and then we borrowed a cot, which game changing. We could fit like a cot inside the tent, so we weren't sleeping on the ground. That was way better. But
that makes sense.
Everybody else in my wife's family, because they're the ones that go, they have trailers, and they're expensive as hell. I actually got in trouble with my wife because I said we'd rent one, and then I went to rent one, and it was more expensive to rent one because you have to either pick it up and drive it, which we don't have a car to drive it, or it's delivered to you, which is even more expensive. It was more expensive to rent a trailer for 3 nights than it was to stay at a hotel for Disneyland.
yeah,
Not in a Disneyland hotel, but I was like, no,
Yeah.
we're not doing this.
You have to have probably insurance.
Yeah, it's all, and then there's all the amenities on the side. Yeah, I'm not a very good camper, but we had a great time. We went to Plassey's Resort, which is up in Silver Lake.
Okay.
It's gorgeous up there. It's beautiful.
So there's like a resort you can go to?
Well, it's resort. It's just a gigantic campground, and they have like a restaurant and a general store.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a resort by camping terms.
Okay.
But my family goes every year since my wife was a kid. They go every single year and stay in the same spot. So it's a fun trip to go on. But we went on a hike and basically lost the trail, so had to kind of rough it back. It was great.
Now he's got poison ivy. Don't touch me.
No poison ivy, but I did get the top of my head burned. Should have worn a hat.
Or put sunscreen on it.
Well, I did. I put sunscreen on my face, but with the retreating hairline, you kind of have more
receding.
Well, I call it retreating.
Oh, that's smart.
It's all backwards. Retreat, flee. That's where we're at.
Like a golden retriever.
That's where we're at right now. The front of the line is holding strong. Everything else is like the flanks are gone. Flanks are like, get out, fall back. Yeah, getting burned.
Fall in line.
Getting burned in corners and places that I didn't know I could get burned in on the top of my head.
Oh goodness.
Because I went and drove up, because I left right after the show on Friday.
Yeah.
So I missed
the game.
Kings and Hornets on Friday night. Had to watch it once I got cell service when I got back. And full transparency admittance here, by watch it, I meant I fast forwarded through bits and pieces because basically when Emmanuel Sharper and Alex Karaban weren't on the floor, it wasn't
worth watching.
Yeah. I watched that game in probably 45 minutes.
Sounds about right.
To an hour.
Yep.
So there is probably some nuance and some full picture stuff that I'm missing here. But the Kings won.
They won.
They got off to a great start, which was nice considering how poorly their starts have been in Summer League so far. And I did like how balanced it was. And I thought, in general, the biggest thing that stood out to me, to be fair, I was mainly watching for Alex Karaban to see how he would build upon or what he would do after his really good performance against, who was that? Boston? Yeah. His really good performance
they're all
against
mixing
Boston.
together at this point.
But in the Boston game, it was very clear that the Kings were trying to feature Alex Karaban, and Alex Karaban was trying to get himself going. And that was an opportunity for him to do that, but that's not what his main role is going to be on the roster. He's going to be kind of a plug-and-play, fill-in type offensive piece. And I thought he was more of that against Charlotte, to where I was just impressed with the game that he had and how he played more in the flow of the offense rather than being a major focal point.
Yeah, I think it was just good, honestly, to have him string together 2 games where we weren't why is he missing all these shots? Or why is he pretty much invisible on the floor? So to be able to stream, there we go, Kayla, it's a Monday, string together a couple of games at the end of Summer League was a good thing, because I know he got a little bit of heat for, being out there and not being able to do anything. Mm-hmm. And again, it could have been because of the ankle, but I was looking at the numbers for everybody, and it is interesting because all the starters were in double-digit points, and then obviously coming off the bench, you had, what was it, Victor Lakin? Is that Whitey's guy?
Yes.
That's Whitey's guy.
Yeah, Whitey's guy.
Chipping in some points off the bench, too, and 11 rebounds for him as well. But, yeah, it was kind of just a, spread it out type of game. Everybody got theirs for the most part. Mm-hmm. But like you said, the bigger deals is just Alex Karaban again. He was 6 of 12 from the field. Emmanuel Sharp just continues to have a good summer league as he ends that one there.
Yeah. When I was just jumping through, one thing that I did catch from the game was that Alex Karaban was the halftime interview.
I did see that.
And
with Christina Pink.
He shared, and what I liked that he shared was that they weren't drawing up any plays. It was almost completely.
That's what stood out to me.
It was almost complete read and react offense.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting because while Doug has gone back at me before when I asked him about it in a post-game press conference, it's not that Doug Christie and the Kings don't draw up plays and have sets that they want to run. But Doug is very much a beautiful game, read and react style offense versus a X's and O's. I want you to stand here. We're going to run this set every time. Every time up the court, we're running a play, right?
Yeah.
Like Doug is very much, because that's how he played in Sacramento. They were very much read and react and learn to play off of each other. He calls it like the beautiful game. And Alex Karaban played a lot of that at UConn. Like it was very read and react heavy. So again, I just felt that from Alex especially, while he shot 12 times.
Yeah.
That's probably more than he's going to shoot in almost every main roster game.
Sure.
I'm fine with him shooting 12 times in that game, but I would imagine he's probably going to get anywhere between 5 to 8 shots a game on average, depending upon how much playing time he gets with the NBA squad, at least to start. But it was him moving on the perimeter, him finding open space. He's a lot better getting downhill and attacking the basket than I realized. A lot of it has to do with he's kind of deceptively strong. It's not like he's super quick, super explosive, but he gets downhill, he'll take a bump, and he has that floater, or he'll finish at the rim, which we saw those numbers coming out of UConn that he was good around the rim. But to see it in Summer League, it puts a little more emphasis on, okay, if he's on the perimeter and there's a strong closeout, he can put the ball on the deck, attack the basket, and he has a pretty good rate of at least finishing around the rim.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things, too, where, again, that's where the drafting him or going up, trading up to get him is for all those reasons. Like, he has the ability to come right into the league and kind of know how to do that, feel comfortable doing that. Again, when you were just talking about, like, not a lot of the plays were really drawn up on Friday.
Alex said none of them were.
No. And so it's like for him to be able to just react, is a good sign. I think he's still going to be a valuable part of this team moving forward. I really do. Again, you can't take a ton from Summer League just instantly. You have to kind of like let these young guys, and I know he's an older one out of the group, but you have to let them build upon their journey here into the league. And they're all on different timing.
And I would say going into training camp, as of now, on paper, he's probably penciled in as your backup 4.
I think so.
What will change things a little bit and will impact his minutes is, well, he's the backup 4 on a team that has 3 centers.
Yeah.
And 3 centers that are going to probably all get playing time. I mean, I don't see a scenario where Dylan Cardwell is suddenly out of the rotation.
Right.
So how does that impact his minutes? How deep is Doug Christie's rotation? Because if you're looking at the starting 5, what we expect to be is Acuff, Levine, Keegan, Precious, and Domas is probably your 5. Then most teams comfortably have like a 9-man rotation. So you have Monk off the bench, you've got Hunter off the bench, you've got Max and Dylan off the bench. There's your 9.
Yeah.
So where does Alex fit in? Where does Sharp fit in? Right? It's going to be interesting to see how Doug Christie builds those rotations as training camp goes on. But as of right now, behind Precious Achiuwa, it's Alex Karaban at that 4 spot. And I imagine the Kings brought him in being an older rookie and as much of a winning player as he is in UConn. I don't think they brought him in to just sit on the bench and be someone who gets periodic spot minutes. So I'm interested to see how the main roster incorporates Alex and what he looks like in training camp and in preseason.
Yeah, and again, this is when the season starts. I think they're going to use what they have right now in terms of some of these veterans. You know, obviously, you just mentioned Precious Achiuwa, who they just paid. But we all know how a season wears, and there's a lot of games. So I think you're right. It might not be right off the bat where we're seeing a ton of minutes, but I think eventually you're going to start seeing some of Scott Perry's guys be woven in.
Yeah. One thing I did notice, too, with Alex defensively, when he was switched onto guards/wings one-on-one, they went at him. He was getting taken off the dribble a lot. And sometimes he the way that Alex Karaban defends is if he can get his body in front of you enough to bump you, then he can hold his own. But if he doesn't have that quick
because he's not
step,
very speedy and
he's
athletic.
not very quick.
Yeah.
And a lot of guards are going to be able to get by him. Once they turn the corner, he was cooked. And that's not a Alex Karaban thing. That's very much that's common in the NBA.
Yeah.
Once these speedy guards and some of these speedy wings turn the corner on you, unless you've got a 7'3" wingspan where you can block a shot from behind, you're pretty much toast. And it was clear to me, at least, Charlotte was very much emphasizing, if you've got Alex Karaban on you, take him off the dribble and see if you can get past him. And Charlotte was able to do that a handful of times. Not enough to be overly alarming, but that's just going to be something that Alex has to be prepared for when he reaches the main roster, whether he's playing against starters, which he likely won't, or second year or second string guys, the bench players.
Yeah.
He's going to get attacked.
Yeah, it's still next level of basketball, right? Even though you were good at the college level, successful at the college level, like this is a whole nother level. So
Jonathan Mobo looks good. I mean, the 3-point shot.
Look,
2 of
man,
4.
I mean, I was like, okay, we'll take it. Like you said, even having a guy like that hit a couple threes when he's out on the floor in a game. Because they weren't doing any of it last year.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
Mobo quickly built a bandwagon that myself and a lot of people jumped on with his play in the California Classic. But remembering back to his California Classic games, it was very clear, and what we knew or learned when the Kings signed him to a two-way spot. He's athletic. He's a good defensive presence. Offensive game needs work, right? And we saw that throughout the California Classic. And, oh, man, there's like not really much of an offensive bag unless he gets downhill and can jump out the gym and dunk the basketball. There just wasn't a lot there.
He had 4 assists, too.
Yeah.
By the way.
As the California Classic and Summer League went on, he appeared to be more comfortable in what his role could look like offensively. And look, if you can get a couple of threes from a Jonathan Mobo in the playing time that he's playing, I don't expect him to play a lot with the main roster right away. I expect him to be a break glass in case of emergency energy guy. Probably. He's a two-way guy. There's a reason. Yeah. But to see someone from point A, the beginning of Summer League, to point B or Z, the end of the Summer League, we saw him getting more comfortable kind of with an offensive game that didn't just result in him scoring. Like you said, it resulted in some assists as well.
Well, this is what Scott Perry has also been tasked to do, Matt, is we are looking at, and what is the most important thing right now, is how are you building that main lineup, that starting lineup, like the guys that are really going to matter when it comes down to it. But you cannot forget that you've got to have depth, right? You know it's a long season. So what Scott's doing now, too, is, he's kept some of the guys from a little bit of carryover, but he's also gone and got his own two-way guys and guys that he can give full contracts to that also fit what he's looking for with the depth. So we're starting to see some of a lot of his fingerprints starting to be put on this team.
Yeah. Best thing that we saw from Emmanuel Sharp this entire summer, in my opinion, is his fearlessness. Whether it's hoisting threes, because what was he from 3-point range yesterday? Like 4 of
on Friday
he
was
9.
4 of 9. Yeah.
I mean, he just is not afraid to chuck from 3.
Nope.
Whether it was late in the shot clock or not, which, by the way, there was no
shot clock. Alex Karaban talked about that too. He was like, it was kind of weird.
The shot clock was, for most of the game, the scores table going 10 seconds left.
That's hard.
Which is crazy. I wonder if they had to because classic benches, you'll hear them at times, or fans will chant fake shot clock violations to try and trick people. Wonder if that was like, hey, this is what we have to do, so we're banning it. Like, you can't do that. But that was weird. That was strange for them to work through no shot clock. But one of the things I love about the Cox Pavilion that they played, and that was the only game they played in the pavilion.
Smaller gym, by the way.
It's smaller, and you can hear everything. And I don't know about you. I'm listening, and the entire game, I can hear Max.
Yep.
Maxime Reynaud on the bench yelling, and it was all we heard. It was one of the first impressions we got of Maxime Reynaud last summer league after the Kings drafted him. You can hear this dude talking at all times, and I don't know. I enjoyed it. He's in street clothes, sitting on the end of the bench, yelling the entire game.
But that is going to be good, and that's a good point you bring up, because with Darius Acuff not being right now in his career, at least, as vocal, does not mean he's not a leader by other ways. But he's not a vocal guy.
Right.
He is that Brunson type of personality when it comes to that. Brunson's not super vocal either. He kind of leads by example or leads on his play.
Right.
But with Maxime being a guy like that and them eventually having to maybe find that, I think it will be good. I think it was too early and not enough time for those two in Summer League to mesh. But I think that it will be a relationship that will be good because it's like Maxime is a louder one and Darius is kind of just a doer.
The thing about Max and Dylan is both of them have the personality and the comfortability, if that's a word.
That is.
Of being the anchor defensively in terms of communication, right? Like both of them communicate. So if Max is behind Acuff in the paint and Acuff has his back completely to Max while he's defending his man one-on-one, Max is talking the entire time behind Acuff to let him know what's coming, screen's coming, where like that you need those communication anchors. Now Max himself has to become more of a rim protector. Dylan Cardwell has that naturally, but Dylan, of course, doesn't have the offensive bag that Maxime Reynaud has, but you have these two really good young communicators that have a voice, which I think is going to make them hopefully better defensively than, especially Max, better defensively than we're hoping, at least in a team defensive scheme. You need to have someone back there who's going to communicate. And Sabonis isn't a bad communicator himself, but we also know Sabonis' first instinct isn't defensively either. But Max talks. Dylan talks. And I'm hoping to see a positive impact in terms of the team defense because you've got those communicators back
and
there.
it's great, too, because like you mentioned, they're both young. They're both second-year players. So these guys are guys that naturally have quickly developed into those roles of kind of being vocal. Because we saw it from Dylan from the get-go. Let's not lie. We saw it from Max pretty quickly, once he became a more regular starter last year.
Going back to Emmanuel Sharp, the fearlessness is what stood out to me on both ends. Like the fearlessness to shoot the three when he had it, even if it was like an off-center shot, just let it fly every game. Fearlessness to defend and poke the ball away, even when he was falling backwards. We saw that in Summer League. And what I like about actually where Sharp was drafted, 45th overall, is, well, I'm not saying that there's fear for Darius Acuff because there's so much expectation on his shoulders. But Sharp can come into training camp, and regardless of the playing time that he earns right away or not, he can play just as fearless this season and just as fearless in training camp the exact same way he did in Summer League because as the 45th overall pick, pretty much all you can do is raise your stock.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what he did all summer long. He raised his stock just by the fearlessness and the freedom of which he played with, and he was not afraid to do anything, not afraid to defend, not afraid to let it fly.
I think he's a good guy to have for Darius too, because I know he's only 22, but Darius is younger than him. He has way more experience than Darius. He spent a long time at Houston under a very strict program with Kelvin Sampson, and I think he's a good guy he goes out and kind of sets like, this is how you play. And I'm not saying Darius is going to go be a defender like how he's a defender. Right. But I'm just saying when you go out there and you watch him play, there's no other excuse for any of these other guys to take a step back because he is hustling on every single play on both ends of the floor.
And at the same time, Acuff is probably looking at Sharp at times going, I can get a breather at times if I'm taking on all the load offensively because if this guy's next to me, he's just going to harass and be a pest. So maybe I can get a breather on a play or two as well. We're just getting started here on a Monday. When we come back, ESPN put out their Summer League superlatives. I'll warn you ahead of time.
Say that 5 times.
Summer League superlatives. I will warn you ahead of time. The Sacramento Kings are not mentioned in this, but who they do talk about is interesting. And on paper, it looked like the Thunder got worse because they traded Lou Dort. But all the smaller things on paper are the reason why they made this trade, and it's just Sam Presti being the genius general manager that he continues to be. We'll lay all that out. Plus, we got Q&K with Kayla Anderson. Bonte Hill, our friend from NBC Sports Bay Area, joins us. I'm sure he's going to victory lap the Warriors winning the Summer League. But we'll also talk to him about the chase for LeBron James and get his thoughts on Darius Acuff Jr. and more. He'll join us at 11 o'clock. Matt and Kayla just getting started on a Monday here on Sactown Sports.
Sactownsports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. Sactownsports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Joining you on this Monday, the first of many Mondays to come without NBA basketball, Kayla. Oh, no.
I might be having to give you therapy sessions.
I'm going to need
here.
it. I'm going to need it because I look at...
It's going to be okay,
I look
Matt.
at the date, and first off, it's already like
it.
July 20th. I'm like, oh my God, it's July 20th.
I know.
My son, I'd start getting my son ready to go back to school.
Yeah.
My wife's a teacher, so she's starting to get ready. I'm like, I went back to the stores, and there's back to school shopping stuff already up. There's Halloween decorations up in Costco. I was like, what the hell? Where am I?
Now that's when it gets scary.
I was not ready. But time's going by fast, but also time is about to go by very slow because we're not going to get Sacramento Kings basketball until October.
Or you could take it as a time to cleanse yourself, to really meditate and try to get your mind right for this season and what it might bring, because we don't know what the hell it's going to bring.
Nah, I'm gonna miss a Sacramento Kings. No, I'm. It's gonna be nice because as we patiently, in my case, impatiently wait for Sacramento Kings basketball in October and training camp to begin like late September, it's almost football time. We got training camps happening around the NFL, right? Rookies have reported, so they're getting their early work in. Then the real training camps will begin. About like a week?
Yeah. Oh, some of them start this weekend. So yeah, I mean, I guess technically. More vets report this weekend, and then I think majority start next week.
We get to August, which is my least favorite sports month of the year. Like, August is just the
August
worst.
Is tough.
It's just the worst.
It is.
But I always get roped back in with Hard Knocks, and it's going to be about your Seahawks this year, so I'm going to low-key become a Seahawks fan because it gets me every year. I always just end up kind of sort of rooting for the team that
Who's
Hard Knocks
that
is
underdog
about.
player?
Right. Always. And then I was just talking with Ramsey because Ramsey here covers a lot of high school football. High school football season starting here around the Sac Joaquin section, which this will be the first year that I'm not closely covering high school football for like the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm going to miss it. Like the environments are phenomenal. If you don't have to have a kid or a nephew or anybody, niece, if they're on the cheer team or in band or whatever, you do not have to have any tie to high school football just to go out and enjoy the high school football in this area. We've got so many incredible teams and so much talent in this area that you can go and check out. So that also always helps get through the early stages of fall before Kings basketball starts too.
I always appreciated, being in TV for a majority of my career and literally starting in the smallest market ever. That's all I covered in that market for the most part was high school football. And then you kind of graduate to a bigger market where you take on maybe some college teams, but you're still covering high school football.
Right.
And, covering that in the South is very big. And the grind on a Friday night, running to every single place, and you're shooting your own highlights and you're getting back and you're editing them to get them on air. But in when it's all said and done, you're doing it for the kids.
Right.
And you start to build great relationships with the parents. I remember one year in Tucson, Sal Point won the national championship, and it was so special to have that relationship with that team.
Right.
And it is something special, so you will probably miss it, but I love that you were like, I'm going to go try to watch some games.
I'm going to get out there.
And Sacramento does not get enough credit. I've known this forever because my sister-in-law is from here, but there are so many incredible athletes that come out of this area.
Yes, in all sports, not just football.
Oh, no, all sports,
But
for
high
sure.
school football in this area is phenomenal. The Sac Joaquin section, from the foothills all the way down to the 209, right? We've just got so many juggernaut programs from St. Mary's to Folsom to Oak Ridge. The whole SFL is incredible. Rockland High School and kind of my neck of the woods, my Wood Creek Timberwolves, coming off of a big year. Their first trip to, I can't remember what they did. They did something last year for the first time ever.
Was this Rockland?
No, Wood Creek.
Or Wood Creek.
My
Okay.
Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Shout out my alma mater. Like, there's just so much football in this area. So I highly encourage you. We're going to have Joe Davidson of the Sacramento Bee, who's like the godfather of prep sports coverage here in Sacramento. He's going to join us in the near future, too, to preview this season because there's so many great stories, so many great environments. The student sections cannot be beat, right? Go and do yourself a favor and pick one. Just pick one. The high school closest to you. Pick a game to go to and just support the kids, but also enjoy the environment because the quality of high school football that we have here in the Sac Joaquin section cannot be beat.
And I can attest to all that as well as what Matt's speaking to. You don't have to just focus on what people will call the powerhouses, the Folsoms, the Grants, the anybody in the SFL, the St. Mary's of Stockton. They're great teams. Some of the best experiences I had, I'll speak to one, Halloween this past year. I went out just past Yuba City to Sutter High School. Sutter and Castle Roble.
Yep.
That game was, it lived up to what it was for the simple fact that Castle Roble came on the road, had their quarterback, Aiden Lopez, knocked out in the second quarter. He came back, led them to a win at Sutter. Sutter was okay. They were like, we'll get our get back at sections, and they most definitely did.
Yeah.
They came back, Hughes Stadium, did what they had to do, and beat Castle Roble. And that's just one minor example of high school football that we have in this area. Like Matt has said, like Kayla has said, I've been to multiple high schools, and these schools, regardless of the school, the environments are there. I mean, like I said, a Sutter just past Yuba City. Great program, great kids, great coaches. I went out to one of the best games I covered. I went out and saw Bradshaw Christian play. In that game, if you would have closed your eyes, you would have thought you were in a high school not high school, but a college or program. The way that they were hitting, laying hats in that game, my goodness. You could close your eyes and just hear form tackling at its finest. It was one of the best, I'd say, forms of football at its pure form that I went to last year, and I'm looking forward to it again.
Yeah, the environments around the Sac Joaquin section can't be beat. If you ever have a chance to go down to watch a Grant game, vibes at Grant are too much fun. Their band is amazing. Their dance team is amazing. I love the high school football in this area. Getting back to NBA Summer Leagues really quick, ESPN put out their NBA Summer League superlatives.
Yes.
Now, the Sacramento Kings, I will warn you ahead of time, are not mentioned at all in this. Their Summer League MVP, they gave to Cam Boozer.
Okay.
Their most electric rookie, they gave to Caleb Wilson of the Chicago Bulls. I completely agree with that. Most intriguing rookie, they gave to Darren Peterson, which intriguing, I guess, based off of his time at Kansas.
Yeah, I would probably say that's a little bit of an maybe get a little creative on that one.
I was going to say, did they need to find a way to get Peterson in there when they had two
feel
of the
like
other
they
top
did.
three?
I feel like they did. That was maybe a lazy one.
Most inconsistent rookie, Merez Johnson Jr. of the Dallas Mavericks. Most disappointing rookie. I was like, okay, is this where I'm going to see Darius Acuff
that's what
Jr.?
I thought.
Ade Mara. Ade Mara was the most disappointing rookie according to ESPN. And the best second-round rookie, I would have wanted it to be Emmanuel Sharp, but it went to Malik Thomas.
Yeah, it went to Darius Acuff Jr.'s teammate.
Yes,
Number one,
Malik Thomas.
Arkansas, he balled out.
Who was also drafted with the pick that the Sacramento Kings traded to Cleveland in order to get Alex Karaban. I don't know if that makes people upset. Best sophomore, I agree with this completely. Igor, it's the pronunciation of his name, Igor Demin.
It's Demin, yeah.
From the
he
Brooklyn
balled out
Nets.
against the Kings.
Yes, he cooked the Kings. And then,
I can attest to that. I seen that in person with my own two eyes. The Kings were stuck in quicksand, and Igor Demin and a couple of other dudes just cooked the Kings.
Outside of Summer League basketball, there was a big-ish trade that happened this weekend involving the Oklahoma City Thunder. They traded all defensive wing Lou Dort to the Atlanta Hawks in a 3-team deal that also sent former number 1 overall pick Zachary Richelet to the Dallas Mavericks. Also, Ryan Nembhard was traded to the Atlanta Hawks as part of this deal. On paper, you go, OKC just got worse. They traded one of their better defenders, and we know how important defense is to that team. They traded one of their better defenders away in order to essentially save money.
Yeah.
And they needed to because they were in a kind of a financially tricky situation because of the apron system. The Thunder have been the example of what a lot of people who argue against the apron system, it's like the example they use the most. Why are the Thunder being punished by this apron system for home growing essentially their own team, with the exception of like the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander trade? But Shams and Bobby Marks of ESPN both laid out what Sam Presti and the Thunder really did in this trade, Kayla. Oklahoma City has now acquired 7 second-round picks this offseason, shed $224 million in payroll and tax, and positioned themselves comfortably under the second apron via the trades of Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, and Aaron Wiggins. Rather than simply declining Dort's $17.7 million team option to save money, which they could have done, the Thunder picked it up, acquired 3 future assets by trading him, created a $17 million trade exception, which they can use to bring in another player later on if they want to, and place their 2025 championship stalwart in position for a new long-term deal in Atlanta, which was not viable in Oklahoma City. Bobby Marks added on that, this is crazy, the tax penalties, the amount of money that they would have to pay just in luxury tax penalties, went down this offseason from $103 million to $19 million.
That's what a good GM does.
Just cap moves.
You have to think also ahead of time. You have to be like a step ahead. You have to be a lot of times not worrying about what the league is doing around you. Like, you have to be knowing what the league has to offer you or what you can do with your player. But you are in your own lane. And I feel like Presti's the best at that. Like, he just is always navigating things. When you think it's like choppy water, it gets pretty smooth.
Right.
Fairly quickly.
Short term, I do think the Thunder defensively got worse.
Well, yeah,
because Dort is an important player.
I understand that.
But you gave yourself more flexibility than you would have even remotely had. And that $17 million trade exception is going to be huge, I think, for them adding some depth this season.
And that's the point. So if they probably already have their eyes on parts.
Probably.
Right?
Probably.
So a step ahead.
It's a Monday. That means Q and K with Kayla Anderson. By the way, we're going to have multiple episodes of the Kayla Was Right show.
Awesome.
On today's show today. Multiple things, including a story that Kayla doesn't know much about.
Yeah, I've not looked at it.
Spot on to what she talked about, and I gave her a hard time about like a couple of months ago. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But next, it's Q and K with Kayla Anderson on a Monday. Bonte Hill from NBC Sports Bay Area joins us at 11 o'clock. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, Don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
A good place to buy a new truck would be a place known as Truck Country. Folsom Chevy is Truck Country, and now it makes even more sense. Folsom Chevy is offering 0% financing for 5 years, no payments for 90 days on all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock, and there's a lifetime warranty. Go to Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall or go to folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 finance. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends July 31st, 2026.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built America's financial foundation on sound money, later embodied by the gold standard. But we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have seen inflation erode the dollar's value. What's the foundation of your savings? Is it gold or something that can be devalued? Hi, it's Dr. Ron Paul, and I encourage you to speak with my friends at Birch Gold Group about diversifying an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Learn more by requesting a free info kit on gold IRAs. Just text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Let Birch Gold help you build your foundation with gold. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Text SECURE to 989898.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's time for Q&K. Kayla's got questions. We've got answers. It's Q&K on Matt and Kayla.
Later on in the show, we'll have multiple editions of Kayla Anderson Was Right.
Ooh, looking forward to this one.
I'd
like to hear it.
Been happening more and more on this show as of late, I'm realizing. But every single week, no matter what, we have Q&K with Kayla Anderson at least once, if not twice. And on a Monday, it's time for Kayla's Q&K.
All right, so we are about 10 days out from NFL training camp starting up around the country. And so I thought I would take it to the NFL for this question this week. And we take it to the quarterback position because it is always the most interesting to talk about, or there's so much pressure on the quarterback. We all know how it is in the NFL. And every year there seems to be a surprise quarterback
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes a really big disappointing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, when it comes to a surprise quarterback, who do you guys feel will have that type of breakout year that's kind of going under the radar? Who would it be and why?
Ooh, the going under the radar part is what kind of throws me here, because I think we have a couple opportunities for bigger names to break out. Right? Like a Jalen Hurts resurgence,
Mhm.
right, is one of the things that comes to mind for me, like a Dak Prescott breakout.
Yeah, and
Like-
you can change I guess you don't have to say they're necessarily under the radar if you explain it the right way.
Yeah, for me, like one of the first names that came to mind is Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow is obviously a massive name. He's typically ranked amongst the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. What was he on the QB rank? It was like 4, right?
Yeah.
That was chosen by executives. Like
3 or 4.
He's typically up there with the best, even ranked above like the reigning MVP in a Matthew Stafford. Last season, I think we could call like Matthew Stafford's breakout last season and MVP season last season, I think would kind of fall into this category of like a surprise year for
Right.
someone who's a very well-known name.
I think though because of him, because it was because of his age.
Yes,
Right? And the
very much so.
injuries that he's had.
For Joe Burrow, I've been so locked into what you've pointed out a lot is how much he's commenting on this is the closest thing to LSU we've had. This is like our best team ever and stuff like obviously he's putting a ton of hype on this Bengals team, and there's also a lot of kind of expectation on his shoulders with this team as well. And they're not the greatest team at all. Like you look at their roster and it's talented, but it's not like up there with some of the other
Especially
teams.
defensively, it's a little bit tough to talk about them as an elite team defensively.
Right. Joe Burrow's the first name that comes to mind to me is if he were to break out and have an MVP caliber season that we know he's capable of, but if he did it with this team, and the only way Joe Burrow is winning MVP is if he puts up great numbers on a team that just wins more than we'd expect the Bengals to win.
And if he stays healthy.
Well,
period.
That's
right?
Yes.
I mean, that's the biggie there for Joe Burrow. It's
Right.
not about his talent. And that's why it's like every year I kind of give him a little bit of a benefit of the doubt because I just know how talented this guy is, but he just never can stay on the field. And again, it's like a Purdy situation, but Purdy's not to that level of talent of Joe Burrow. It's just hard to have the momentum carry on. But I know for a fact if Joe was healthy throughout the season and he was throwing up like MVP numbers, I think there is a chance that the Bengals are back in it in terms of a good playoff team.
A more traditional honorable mention for me would be Jackson Dart. I
Yeah,
think,
that's an interesting one. That's
Because
a really
the Giants
interesting
have
one.
weapons if they can stay healthy too, of course.
Yeah.
Giants have weapons. Harbaugh's first year with the New York Giants. Like, does Jackson Dart have like a big breakout year?
Mhm.
So that would be kind of my honorable mention. But I'm most fascinated, other than Fernando Mendoza,
Yeah.
of course, and Brock Purdy to some extent. I'm very fascinated about Joe Burrow's Bengals this year.
Interesting. Ramsey?
I've got 2. One of them is, and these are 2 teams that I follow quite closely. One of them is Caleb Williams with the Bears.
Yeah.
The one thing that the Bears, that unfortunately happened due to salary cap reasons, they lost a lot of players on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying Caleb Williams because I want to see if he can stay consistent and take the next step for the Bears to maintain and move forward from where they were at this past season and potentially get them not just from a divisional round, maybe to the NFC Championship or further. The other team, because I don't know who's going to emerge at quarterback just yet, is from the Atlanta Falcons. Whether it be Penix or Tua, whoever emerges, that division is there like it is every year for the taking because the NFC South is never consistent. They, in my opinion, gave that division away last year by giving away a few games. They technically tied with everybody in the division, but they didn't have the advantage over Carolina to where they would have won that division. And again, and that was at 8-9. That division was terrible. But within that division, they beat each other up. And if Michael Penix can take that next step, or Tua somehow gets out of the shadow of Miami and appears to, what people would say, to have some form of competency or be an NFL quarterback, Atlanta can take that division without hesitation. And I'm not saying Carolina, Tampa Bay, or potentially New Orleans. New Orleans is probably fourth on the list at the moment for me, but that's it. That division is always up for grab and such a jumble. If, as I was saying, Michael Penix or Tua Tagovailoa step up, they can win the division, make the playoffs.
Interesting.
Do you have a name in mind, Caleb?
Yeah, so my obvious, and it's too obvious, so I'm not going to do this one, would be Cam Ward. Pairing with Brian Daboll, Cam Ward is ready to take it to the next level. He's got the parts around him.
It could be obvious if it's true.
He's a student of the game. Keep that in the back of your mind, but I'm going to get hate because I covered Tennessee.
You did?
Well, yeah, and I also know how it's working over there. However, I will throw out Bo Nix on this one. So Bo Nix is kind of coming off of a unfortunate situation in the playoffs with the ankle, and it didn't end the way he would have liked it to, because who knows how far they could have made it in the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying it was because of Bo, because how far they went last year. Right. It was more the defense. However, he is paired up with one of the better offensive minds, quarterback minds in Sean Payton.
Right.
They're now getting more and more time together to understand the scheme. And I do believe Bo is probably like chip on shoulder, ready to go out and do something. I would watch that. Mm-hmm. I would watch that over there in Denver, and maybe him being a little bit of a breakout next year. Another
name I could throw into the hat, although I wouldn't choose this one personally because I don't think it's going to work. But I think Kyler Murray in Minnesota is a little intriguing. The Kyler Murray.
I want that to fail.
Oh, of course.
Because I said no.
But the Kyler Murray resurgence, and this is his last shot in a way. He's not looked at anymore as the guy he was when Arizona first brought him in. He's not a franchise guy anymore, so he's now how much does he want it? If he were to play well for the Vikings,
that's it.
That could be a major story to carry through the season. Kyler Murray is reigniting his career, or
he'd have a chance to.
Right. If he did it,
but
though, it'd be a major story.
That's the question. I don't know how much Kyler Murray loves ball.
Well,
I don't know.
He's not
That's
paid
the
like
question
it anymore.
It's always been, right?
He was always paid I'll be fine financially. Now he's not paid like that no more. So.
Real quick, Kimberly saying Justin Herbert for hers.
Herbert's up there.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of pressure always around Justin Herbert to get to that next level of the playoffs, and for him, being healthy seems to always be in the mix somehow. I know he played through that hand injury last year, which was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people looking for him to do big things too.
We'll take the break. When we come back, Bonte Hill from NBC Sports Bay Area will join us. We'll hear his celebrations, about Yaxel Lendeborg and the Warriors winning the Summer League title. The Warriors are still very much in the mix for LeBron James. Get his thoughts on that. And I'm sure he'll have plenty of thoughts and maybe mockery to throw the way of the Kings for Darius Acuff Jr. and their draft. We love Bonte. Happy to have him on next here on Sactown Sports.
Is the rest of the NBA developing a scouting report on Darius Acuff?
On offense, teams are going to blitz him and teams are going to play physical. You're going to have to hit tough shots because you're not getting good looks. And then on defense, Acuff is going to get intentionally switched on. He's going to get hunted. He's going to get isolated. It is going to be a true trial by fire his rookie year.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, $1 million hole-in-one, a skins game, a celebrity draft party, and a concert featuring the Cripple Creek Band. The Gold Rush Classic raises money for Make-A-Wish, Jordan's Guardian Angels, First Tee of Sacramento, Rancho Murrieta Youth Sports, and other worthwhile children's charities. The Gold Rush Classic takes place August 6th and 7th in Rancho Murrieta. Come join the fun, raise money for charity, and play golf with a celebrity like Barnes, Fernandez, Jackson, Lloyd, Merriweather, Ostertag, Polanese, Sharp, Schumann, or our own Greg Vaughn. Golf and concert sponsorship are still available at goldrushclassic.org. That's goldrushclassic.org. The Plan Solutions team sponsors the Gold Rush Classic. Plan Solutions, partnering for a strong financial future.
Have you seen The Odyssey at the Esquire IMAX Theater? Director Christopher Nolan shot every frame entirely on 1570 IMAX film, and Sacramento's Esquire IMAX Theater is one of only 40 theaters in the world, showing The Odyssey in brand new IMAX film technology, as Nolan intended his epic film to be seen in IMAX format.
No one could stand between me and home, not even the gods.
See The Odyssey for the first time or again, and lock in your seats for the best movie experience, only at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Gladiator Sport S. If you're looking for a truck for everyday life that you can still take off-road, the Jeep Gladiator is for you.
My brother had one, and he loved it.
They are really cool trucks for sure, but Hoblet is so much more than Jeeps. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet with our Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with 200 vehicles and over 50 under $30,000.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, nobody beats Hoblet, period. 10,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Gladiator Sport S after $3,620 Hoblet discount and factory incentives. Incentives may include 10% below MSRP incentive, 500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 3 net savings, simple VIN 175877. See dealer for details.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Any golfer would be thrilled to listen to Jack Nicklaus talk, and I had to tap the enthusiasm brakes a bit when I had a chance to interview him. But over the course of 40-plus years, Nicklaus wrote enduring words in Golf Digest magazine. Max Adler compiles some of the best. Nicklaus says, "When I putt, I hold my breath before initiating the stroke to keep my head and body still." About putting, he said, "I visualize the putter shaft as being extremely limber, almost as flexible as a length of rope, which means the only way I can get the club head to swing truly is to stroke putts very softly." He said, "The harder I want to hit a shot, the slower I try to begin the swing." About the game, he said, "The key to playing well is to understand who you are as a person and then manage that. I'm finding now more than ever that the game of a lifetime can give you the time of your life without ever striking a shot." Sounds pretty much like life itself. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. $10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
As much as it pains me to give any sort of props to the Golden State Warriors, I will say this.
I don't know. You give a lot of props on this show to them secretly.
Well, because I want them to get LeBron James, because I want them to become the Golden Girls of the Bay Area. But I will say congratulations to the Golden State Warriors for finally winning a real title. The Sacramento Kings are 2-time Summer League MVPs. It's about time the Warriors got one. Forget their dynasties and their Mickey Mouse titles with Steph Curry and all them. Yaxel Lendeborg led the Warriors to their first real title, a Summer League championship. Now they're one behind the Sacramento Kings. So good for the Warriors. Bonte Hill, congratulations, wins the parade.
You know, the parade, I was talking to Raymond Ritter about this, and we were thinking maybe Saturday, maybe Thursday, depending on the weather, but maybe a parade right down 3rd Street. Not do the Market Street. We'll hold Market Street for the Larry O'Brien trophy presentation, but we'll do 3rd Street, do it about 3 blocks right by Thrive City at Chase Center, go up to Oracle Park, have a nice little on-field ceremony. It's going to be cool. Hang that banner right next to the 2022 championship banner. Now, that's 2-time Summer League champs, Matt. 2-time Summer League champs.
Oh.
Get it right.
Oh. Well, now this is less fun. I thought the Kings still had the Warriors in that. We can't even have that, Bonte. Damn it. Well, we'll be the first 3 times. Don't worry about it. Hey, we didn't get to talk to you, I don't think, really for the draft build-up process, but Yaxel Lendeborg just screamed Warrior the entire time with who we know Steve Kerr to be, older rookie. The Warriors obviously in a win-now mode. And before we get to the real fish that they're hunting, the shark that they're hunting, Yaxel Lendeborg seemed like such an obvious pick for the Warriors. They go out and take him. He has the summer league that he had. So how is Golden State feeling about their older rookie?
Yeah, I think, age was standing, right? Oh, he's 23 years old. He's going to be 24. You know what? I don't watch much college hoops anymore. Obviously, we have the NBA. We're covering the Warriors. You're covering the Kings, you and Kayla. And we're covering the Giants and the Niners or whatnot. But the few times I did watch college basketball, it was a Michigan game. And Yaxel just popped on the screen. You think about 6'9", 240, grown man strength, going to the hole, dipping his shoulder down, just playing bully ball. But the shot is smoother than I thought it was. Mid-range jumper that he pulled last night against Memphis, the one dribble pull-up. The three-point shot is coming along. He's a good free throw shooter. And throughout the process, I just kept saying, Yaxel, give me Yaxel. And I was actually surprised early on. I said, there's no way Yaxel Lendeborg is going to drop to 11. And then you had Dallas hire his coach out of college, Dustin May, and he's thinking, oh, yeah, he's going to go to Dallas. Well, they take the other Michigan guy, and I'm thinking, really? And so the whole video with Joe Lacob and Mike Dunleavy, I know, a draft night where everybody made fun of Joe and Mike, and it was hilarious, right? But what I think was happening was I think OKC maybe was on the phone trying to move up to 11 to take Yaxel, because I think OKC and Sam Presti had it in their minds thinking, we're going to trade Lou Dort to get under the tax. But who can we get to maybe replace a Lou Dort? Well, I'm not saying Yaxel's there defensively, not even close to what Lou Dort is. But in terms of the Swiss Army knife, handling the basketball, going to the rack, being a better shooter than Lou Dort, I think OKC saw Yaxel as a easy replacement for Lou Dort. So I think they were trying to move up to take that pick from the Warriors. And I think the Warriors weren't in love with Mara out of Michigan. They said, you know what? Let's get Yaxel. Haven't had a guy like this in years. A guy who could just handle the ball, again, shoot from the top of the key, get to the hole. And defensively, he will get better. I know he will. So everybody in Dub Nation right now is loving Yaxel Lendeborg. Now, it's Summer League. You want to pump the brakes a little bit because you're playing against rookies and guys who's looking for deals. But so far, so good on the Yaxel front.
So explain this to me, Bonte, in terms of Yaxel. We've heard all this mixed stuff coming out of Michigan where this is an older player, but yet there was some maybe maturity issues. It's all very mixed baggish, but obviously being down there, getting to see him, hearing from him. What is your take in terms of like who he is for this team moving forward as a personality too?
Oh, he's personable. I mean, you saw some of the quotes last night, Kayla, come out. Talking about Memphis got time. Like, whoa, this guy's chirping. You know, and I've sat down with him and podcasted with him, and he's got a lot to say. First of all, he's no punk. He's going to say what's on his mind. He's going to have fun, which I think you need. You need some characters out there. And I think he knows when it's time to turn it on, he'll turn it on. But he's a lovable guy. I think Dub Nation is falling fast in love with him, especially after the Kuminga situation and the Wiseman and what happened with Jordan Poole. This is refreshing to have a guy like this who's going to be fan-friendly. I think you're going to see a lot of Yaxel jerseys out there. And he's going to be a good quote. I mean, he's unfiltered, especially after last night winning the Summer League MVP. I'm like, whoa, Yaxel, dude, chill for a second. But he's definitely chirping, and he doesn't lack for confidence.
A fan favorite that you can, and this is a lot of the part of the why Yaxel just screamed Warrior. You can legitimately picture Steve Kerr, and we know how Kerr is with rookies and young players. We can legitimately picture Kerr playing him. Like that's such a big part of this process as well. As he's someone that could fit that rotation for Kerr and help these Warriors with what they're trying to do right now. But Bonte, the whale is still out there, and his name is LeBron James, and he's enjoying taking all the time that he wants, getting his voice memos from Rich Paul about all the teams begging for his services. But the Warriors have been labeled frequently, and Joe Lacob is like the most aggressive suitors of LeBron James. Bonte, no sarcasm here. I've been on y'all's side, man, the entire time I'm pitching this. I think this would be brilliant for the league. It would be wonderful to see him team up with Steph. I think it would be the entertainment value would be through the roof, even though we might be rolling our eyes here in Sacramento a little bit. It makes so much sense for LeBron to go and play with his buddy Steph and Draymond in Golden State, wouldn't it?
I mean, Matt, Kayla, you guys are in a ratings business. We're in the entertainment business.
Come on.
I work at NBC Sports Bay Area. We could use a jolt.
Come on.
Trust me. After last season, watching this team stumble to 37 wins and get blown out and have to battle with the Wizards and the Nets and rally against the Bulls who weren't playing for anything. Yes, we've bowed down to LeBron James, said, come take the throne here and go to state, play alongside Stephen Curry, and let's make this happen. Now, are they a championship contender with LeBron? Not right away, but they have pieces to move. We can get into that a little bit later. But, yes, Joe Lacob is star-driven. One day, Kayla and Matt, I remember Joe Lacob. We did an interview with him at 95.7. It stuck with me forever. This is back in, I think, 2019, where he basically said, look, I'm trying to have 4 All-Stars on the floor at once. It may not be Steph, Clay, Draymond, and KD, but I want 4 All-Stars on the floor at once. The guy's star-driven. So even with LeBron James, you still don't have 4 All-Stars, but, man, you have 2 mega stars where you're going to get all the national TV games. You're going to sell out every single game. Ratings are going to be through the roof. The radio business down here in the Bay Area will go through the roof. Television ratings will spike. I mean, yes, it would be box office just to see how it would work for the first 3 months. And then you add in the Jimmy Butler domino and what's going to happen with him. Right. Is he going to come back? Are they going to trade him? So, yes, LeBron James in the Bay Area is badly needed because if he doesn't choose the Warriors, what have they done to improve the roster other than draft Axel Lindenberg? That's what I'm afraid of right now, Matt and Kayla, that we could be in for a rude awakening if LeBron doesn't sign here in the Bay Area.
Well, what's interesting about it, too, is like all the main suitors have their own storyline of why it would make sense, right? And so it is interesting with Cleveland and Miami and then Golden State. They're all probably giving tremendous pitches because every place in a way makes sense. Overall, like in your gut, Bonte, what do you truly feel like he'll probably end up doing?
I keep going back to this. One, is he going to play for $15 million?
Yeah.
And 2, is it enough to finish a game at Chase Center, ice up, take a shower, get on a PJ, go back down to L.A., and then come back to the Bay Area a day later? I don't know. And you think about the Western Conference. San Antonio and Oklahoma City is at the top of the mountain. Minnesota's still lurking. There's a Jokic problem in Denver still. He's still one of the best player in the league, in my opinion. And if Aaron Gordon is healthy, they're a championship threat. Now, that's a big if with Aaron Gordon recently, right? He's been hurt for the last 2 postseasons. But if he is right, they're a championship contender. Does LeBron want to go through the gauntlet of the Western Conference once again? Or, hey, take my talents to South Beach where Giannis and Bam on the back end of a 2-3 zone, because Miami runs the most zone in the NBA with Andrew Wiggins at the point of attack, and then Davion Mitchell. I know you guys are familiar with Off Night. The guy's shooting 40% from 3 since he's been traded to Miami.
Don't bring it up.
Yeah, he is shooting 40. So the situation in Miami, Philly, and Cleveland look a lot better than the Golden State Warriors situation. So my gut continues to tell me that I will believe it when I see it. If Shams Charania tweets out LeBron James is going to become a member of the Golden State Warriors, I will be completely stunned. Like, I mean, wow. Because think about it. Al Horford, he's probably not going to play on back-to-backs. Stephen Curry has a runner's fee problem. Draymond Green is getting up there. He's probably not going to play every back-to-back. Kristaps Porzingis, I'm hearing people saying, we just hope he plays 50 to 55 games. Jesus Christ. I mean, Jimmy Butler's coming off a torn ACL. So, it's an old roster. And whenever you have a team that has its top 3 players over the age of 35, they've never won a championship. So LeBron knows that. He's a smart guy. And he knows if he wins number 5, hey, you go to Philadelphia and win that championship, first championship in Philly history since 1983, a team that hasn't been to the Eastern Conference Finals since 2001. He would be a king out there. 4 championships with 4 different organizations. So, Kayla, I still don't see it. I'm holding out hope. I'm crossing my fingers, but I still will have to see it to believe it on that Twitter alert from Shams Charania.
Well, you didn't even mention Bonte Hill joining us from NBC Sports Bay Area. You didn't even mention the main selling point. He gets to golf with Steph Curry whenever he wants. Like, that's what he's into right now, is he's into the golf game. But also we saw Steph and LeBron team up with Team USA, of course, with that amazing Olympics run that they went on, which is in the back of everybody's head. And I understand these competitors. They're all about winning titles. And if I were advising LeBron, which why the hell would he listen to me? I'm thinking about, man, end your legacy the way that you want to, of course, but also end your legacy in the way that's the best and most entertaining it could possibly be, which is why the Warriors are so high on the list for me, is because Could you win a ring being the third man in Cleveland or Miami? Maybe, but we've seen the NBA, the old guard has already passed the torch to the new guard, right? OKC and San Antonio, teams like that. Even the New York Knicks, who just won. Like the new guard is dominant in the NBA today. The days of like the big three are pretty much over, which LeBron ushered in. So why wouldn't you go and play with your buddies and be competitive in the Western Conference and sell a crap load of jerseys in the Bay? Like, to me, that's what Adam Silver should want. I would think LeBron in Golden State would be a very fun, entertaining way to end what's obviously been one of the greatest, if not the greatest, career in not just the NBA, but potentially professional sports.
But Matt, it'd be so strange.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Warrior fans that still text me saying, we don't want LeBron. We don't need him. Because of what happened 10 years ago. Game 7, Father's Day, 2016, coming back from a 3-1 deficit. There are still scars from those NBA Finals appearances. There's still scars from all those battles of beating up in 4 consecutive NBA Finals. And so having LeBron in a Warrior uniform, I just think, like, would Larry play with Magic in a Lakers uniform? Would Magic go to Boston and play in a Celtic uniform? What about Jordan? Would Jordan go to Phoenix and play with Barkley in the Suns uniform? Like, it's just so strange to me that two of the biggest rivals over the last decade, all because of what happened in 2024 out in Paris for the Olympics, would join forces together and play. It's still so strange. Like, I've tried to envision LeBron in the Warriors uniform, and it looks completely weird.
It does.
It looks completely weird in my head. And so, yes, the golf is great. The Olympic Club, the Cal Club. You got you got all type of courses all throughout the Bay Area. You have Napa Valley. Remember, LeBron James is a wino. He loves red wine.
That's right.
Kayla, I know you love red wine.
Oh, yeah.
You guys go up there to Napa Valley, Yountville, whatever you need to do, and sip some wine with the king. Matt George, I know he doesn't sip wine. He drinks Modelo's all day long, so don't worry about the nine stuff. That's for the bougie people.
I heard it was Mai Tais.
No, hey, tropical drinks, baby. I drink like I'm on vacation.
There you go. No, seriously, I mean, I don't know, man. It just feels too good to be true now. The family dynamic is interesting, right? With his daughter being 12 and playing volleyball. You're an LA guy. Your other son is at Arizona. Do you really want to go back to the East Coast? Is the golf thing overrated? But look, the guy still has juice. He's got us all waiting on pins and needles. He's put the sports world on pause. And when he does make that decision, we can finally move on with our lives and really look at what the next domino falls in terms of the NBA free agency. Who's going to go where?
I got to give it to him. Every time he does this decision, it is always, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he knows how to bring attention to himself. When it comes to attention here, it's been on the rookie, Darius Acuff Jr. And look, let's be real, didn't have the greatest NBA Summer League, but there were good parts to his game. But it's critical here in terms of people's opinions right now. What did you, for the most part, make of what you saw of him, or at least heard about what was going on down there at Summer League?
Yeah, first of all, I love Darius Acuff Jr. Matt knows this. I've been on Twitter saying, look, I would have thought about taking him number 2 overall. Now, that kind of sounds silly with the way Caleb Wilson looks with Chicago.
Yeah, he's been balling out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks legit. Cam Boozer doesn't look bad at all. So, look, Darren Peterson in Utah, all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, maybe the Jazz are going to make some noise here because he's playing more on the ball. But I wouldn't worry about Darius Acuff Jr. in Summer League. This is good for him. Humbling, work on your game in the summertime. And look, what is a roster around him going to look like? Sabonis going to be there. Zach LaVine looks like he's going to be there. Who knows? So it's going to be a learning process for Darius Acuff Jr. Now, the defense and the lapses from possession to possession, it's a little concerning, but talk to me in game 42. Talk to me in January if he's still doing this stuff. I fully expect him to be mentioned amongst the top 5 rookies this year. I think his game is so dynamic, a 3-level scorer. He's strong. He's quick. I think he's going to adapt to the NBA game very well with the spacing that's provided in the NBA. So right now, I would not be too concerned about Darius Acuff Jr. coming off of Summer League. I've seen dudes like Marco Bellinelli drop 37 in the Summer League, and we're like thinking as a Warrior fan, like, Marco, 37. I saw Patrick McCall, for crying out loud, drop 24, 8, and 7, thinking, wow, this is going to be a great compliment to Stephen Curry. And where's he at right now? So If I'm a Kings fan, I'm still pleased with Darius Acuff Jr. I'm happy that he fell to 7, and I think you guys got a stud as a point guard. I truly do.
It's nice to hear Bonte Hill of NBC Sports Bay Area say nice things about the Kings, although I miss the days of the Kings and Warriors being in the playoffs at the same time and us going back and forth. But I remember, Bonte, before those days, I was listening to you and your boy Joe Shasky going at Eagles radio and Eagles Twitter when the Niners and Eagles were battling in the playoffs all those years. And I used that to transition into rookies have reported the NFL training camps are right around the corner here, and the Niners find themselves in the middle of the most difficult division in football, battling with the Seahawks and the Rams, and then I guess the Cardinals are there too, just to say hello. But, I mean, what do you make of this Niners squad? When you talk about compelling, man, especially when the addition of Mike Evans, there's a lot on the line and a lot to be nervous about. But, boy, is there a lot of reasons to watch Niners football.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Matt. I mean, football, wow. The World Cup got us through the summertime because Lord knows the Giants have been tough to watch, Giants baseball. I mean, I've got to do some Giant shows and say, today, Matt and Kayla, I'm thinking, boy, they're playing the Royals. What the hell are we going to talk about? Bryce Elvis again? Like, geez, dude, it has been rough. So, yes, it's refreshing to have football back in our lives. This division, there's no doubt it's tough. And, look, the Niners, they split with every team in the division. They swept the Cardinals, obviously, but they split with the Rams, had that riveting Thursday night football game last year. They beat the Seahawks in week 1. Now they got smashed by the Hawks in the playoffs. We know that. So, look, it's going to be tough for them, especially because where's Nick Bosa going to be, week 1? Where's George Kittle going to be week 1? I feel like this 49ers team will be a lot better in October and November than they will be in September. However, they have a soft landing. Obviously going to Melbourne, Australia to take on the Rams, it's probably a great time to take on the Rams who are trying to, get back in rhythm or whatnot, catch them in week 1, maybe you surprise them. Then you get 3 straight home games. And the first 2 home games are Arizona and Miami. So can you get off to a 3-0 start? And then that's when the fun begins with Denver and Seattle. And then obviously the back end of that schedule where you got Philadelphia, you got Kansas City, you got Seattle again. So I feel good. I think the Niners are a playoff team. But once again, Matt, it's going to be health. Who can stay on the football field? Because Lord knows this team cannot stay healthy to save their lives. Who can stay healthy? Can the big dogs stay healthy? And if they stay healthy, I think they have a shot to make a run at the Super Bowl.
I know, that's just all, and I hate having to use that always for not even just the Niners, but teams I cover. It's like, if they can stay healthy. But really, that is the storyline for this team because, like you mentioned, all these other pieces that are coming back from injuries or pieces that they've added, like it looks on paper like it could be a really good team. If Mike Evans stays healthy, how big of a addition is that for Purdy?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I don't think he's had a guy who can go out there and run a fade route and high point the football and just punk a corner and win on the outside. I mean, he hasn't had that. He just hasn't. And he's a pro. And I think it's going to help Brock Purdy, but also that wide receiver room. They haven't had a veteran leader. Like Debo was good. Brendan Ayuk has some years, and I know what he's doing right now on social media is gone off the deep end here, but they haven't had a true leader in that wide receiver room. And now you get Mike Evans. So, yes, he's going to help out Purdy, seeing coverages, knowing where to go, knowing where to throw the ball. And, hey, this is where I like it. Just throw it up to me. I'm going to go get it. They haven't had that, especially in the red zone. Since Shanahan's been here, really. They just haven't. And then he could teach Stribling, the rookie out of Ole Miss. Now, all of a sudden, you got Ricky Pearsall, who can learn from Mike Evans, who's going into the Hall of Fame one day. So he doesn't just help Brock Purdy out. He helps out this entire offense, especially that wide receiver room. So I think it's a sneaky good addition for the 49ers. Will he get hurt at some point? I mean, he's had injury histories. You always worry about the hamstrings. But if you get 13 to 14 games out of Mike Evans this season, boy, they're going to be a lot better for it.
Bonte, let me run this by you real quick before we let you go. Appreciate you taking the time. The thing that I have my eye on the most with the Niners, and it's a little bit obvious to say, oh, it's Brock Purdy. It's the quarterback position, of course. But you know as well as I do, like Brock's entire career has always been undermined a little bit, or underlined at the very least with, well, Kyle Shanahan is his offensive coordinator, and he's throwing the ball to George Kittle or Debo, or he has Christian McCaffrey. There's always been these pieces around him and reasons for why what he was doing was impressive, but he's always benefited from the people around him. I'm very much looking this year for how does Brock Purdy make some of the other pieces that we're not talking about around him better, whether it's a Stribling, it's a Pearsall if he can stay healthy. Like that to me is going to be, if you're talking about what's the difference maker between the Niners winning this division or not being able to compete with those other two teams, it's essentially not just Brock Purdy playing well, but Brock Purdy making his teammates around him better.
Yeah, it's a fair question. Look, his mobility helps him more so than I think people realize, where he's able to extend plays, and that's where you get the broken plays. That's where you get the off-script plays to where, oh, no, here we go. Now you get the explosive. Look, a lot of people put a lot of things on quarterbacks. Oh, man, this guy can't carry a team to a championship. I don't think any quarterback can literally carry a team to a Super Bowl championship. I just don't, because you need pieces around you. You need speed. You need athleticism. You need physicality. Tom Brady, when he didn't have all those weapons in New England, I thought he was washed. Then he moves on to Tampa Bay. All of a sudden, he's got Gronk. He's got AB. He's got Mike Evans. He's got Leonard Fournette in the backfield. Oh, yes, you need talent around you. Look at Patrick Mahomes, who I think is a really good quarterback. What happened last year without Rashee Rice? What happened to him last year without their running game? What happened to him with Travis Kelce losing a step? He looked pretty pedestrian. That's football. That's why it's the ultimate team game. So, look, can Brock Purdy elevate some of these guys? All you need to do in this offense, whether you're Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance, whoever, when you're playing in the Shanahan system, just give your playmakers a chance to make a play. That's how you elevate this offense. Giving them opportunities to make plays, running after, yards after the catch, right, where they were so dominant in 2023. Yak. 4 guys over 1,000 scrimmage yards in McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle. So that's how you elevate this offense. But also, it's the off-script plays that he has to do. Like, if the play breaks down and he's in that pocket and he can't see past these 6'6" linemen, can you extend the plays with your legs and make that happen? That's when Brock Purdy's at his best. And that's how he elevates this offense. But look, man, he's got to stay healthy, and he's got to stay away from the interceptions, and he's got to figure out a way to solve Mike McDonald's defense. Because even when Mike McDonald was the defensive coordinator in Baltimore, we all remember that Christmas night game against Baltimore. The guy could have thrown 7 picks, literally 7 picks. I mean, it was bad. And we see what happened with Seattle last year, where it's a struggle for Brock Purdy against that defense. So he's got to figure that out. But his way of elevating this offense is using his legs more when the play breaks down.
Bonte, we appreciate you as always, my friend. You're always so quick to be willing to come on the show. Keep up the hustle. Good luck with talking Giants baseball. It's not much better over here with the A's anyway, so we can all just talk about the Dodgers not deserving to get Tariq Skubal and go from there, basically.
I see Shooty Babbitt and the crew all the time, and it's just like, what's going on over there with the A's? Oh, they just gave up another homer.
Yeah.
Oh, the Giants gave up one, too, so we're in the same boat here when it comes to baseball. Matt, Kayla, you guys are the best, man. Thanks for having me on.
You can take the A's out of the Bay, but they'll always be brothers or cousins, at least, with the A's and the Giants and how they play. Appreciate you, Bonte. Thanks for taking the time. The great Bonte Hill with us. Now we go to say goodbye. Goodbye to the World Cup. Your final World Cup date is here. What got us through the summer is no more. The end of a great tournament here in the USA and, of course, Canada and Mexico, too. We'll have our final World Cup date next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
It is over. And now we must wait 4 years, 4 long years, for it to happen again. The 2026 World Cup ends with Spain defeating the reigning champions, Argentina, 1-0. Kayla, there were 104 matches with 308 total goals in the World Cup.
That's a lot.
Only one of those 308 goals was allowed by Spain.
Which is wild.
Spain won the entire tournament and allowed just one goal, which I believe was to Belgium after Belgium defeated the United States.
I think that is one of the most mind-blowing stats when it comes down to a sporting event that I have ever heard of. And I say that because it is literally the world's biggest stage, the amount of games played, and the type of competition you're going up against, and you allow one goal, it might be the most mind-blowing stat I've heard.
It's pretty incredible. It's the second World Cup title in the history of Spain as a country, so congratulations to them. Although boy, you don't get it in a victory, but Argentina's keeper, Emiliano Martinez, was sensational in this match. This match should not... The goal that Spain scored was in extra time. It was like the 106th minute. They had a goal early in extra time as well that was overturned after, I think, VAR confirmed a foul call. But Emiliano Martinez of Argentina had 11 saves. Spain should have been up like 2-3-0 at the end of regular time because they just were peppering the goal the entire match. Meanwhile, Argentina just could not get anything on goal whatsoever. That Spain defense is just the real deal. This match was chippy, though. There's a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. There was a red card in stoppage time for Argentina. It was just the second yellow. So he sent off. So Argentina was down to 10 men when they gave up the goal, and then they almost got it back very, very late in this game. There's even fighting after the match was done.
I did see that. A little tussle.
Fans got some video of some fisticuffs being had between Argentina and Spain after the match was over. But ultimately, Spain gets the victory. And Lionel Messi, leaves in tears with his future uncertain. He had said that the 2022 World Cup would be his last. Well, it wasn't. He played in this year's World Cup, obviously. He would be 43 years old if he played in the next World Cup, which most people believe is not going to happen. But for context, Cristiano Ronaldo played in this year's World Cup. He's 41 years old. And there have been 2 players in the history of the World Cup that have played at 43 years of age or older. Farid Mondragon from Colombia played when he was 43, and Essam El Hadari played for Egypt at 45. So it's not impossible.
Yeah, I think Lionel Messi, whether you like him or not, is a very self-aware player, though. And he was self-aware, obviously, to come to the United States, to play MLS in this part of his career. I believe this made sense to maybe be his last World Cup for the point that it's very, very hard, no matter who you are, to get to that World Cup final, and let alone to win it. But it's even harder when you're 4 years older and you truly know, like, I am not even remotely close to even what I was 4 years ago. And I think he's more self-aware maybe than some other athletes are, in even athletes right here in the United States that were like, why are you coming back? Just leave it where it is. And as much as it ended on a little bit of a sour note, I think he is one player that can just accept it and move on because of so much success he's had already in his career.
Right. He played every single second of that 120-minute match, by the way. Like, he played every single second of it. So congratulations to him on that. And, of course, an amazing World Cup run for him, an amazing World Cup run for Argentina. Did you see the halftime show? Did you watch the halftime show?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see your boy Justin Bieber
I did.
has been labeled the worst part of the halftime show?
The only reason why that is, though, is because they felt it was too slow.
Yeah, he slowed things down.
However, I think we need to look at the bigger picture of what they were trying to do during the halftime show. And it was just bring people together, have a good vibe. And just because he sang a cappella and actually gave I think he's one of the only ones that actually had a real voice.
Yes, I'm pretty sure everybody else lip synced.
That was his voice. And I know this sounds kind of cheesy in a way, but for me, why I like Bieber is because his voice is calming to me. And I felt like that was a calming presence, and it was his part of the show.
Yeah.
Everybody had their little part of the show. I get all around, you want the pump up. I didn't hate it just because it was slower. I thought it really emphasized why he's a talent.
The Ted Lasso element of it, too,
and
was really,
and you
really
added
fun.
that start to it,
Yeah, really, really fun. I thought the halftime show was fine. I mean, it's fun to see something not Super Bowl get a halftime show that's considered as significant as that was, and obviously the stars there. But yeah, a lot of people on social media today are saying that you could have done without the Justin Bieber part. Which,
but if he was out there singing some, dancing hit, I'm sure that it wouldn't have been that.
Just comes out and starts playing Baby.
Yeah, that's what I always think
imagine?
of too. I'm then it wouldn't have been, hey, he was a downer. I thought his way of expressing his voice and the healing that it has for many people that like him. That is why you like him. He's got a really nice voice that, like you said, kind of puts you at a calm.
The Athletic took all of FIFA's rankings of all the World Cup teams and then put their own final rankings on all the World Cup teams now that the World Cup is over with, just to kind of compare and contrast which teams stayed at the top, which teams rose. Like Spain came in to the World Cup as the number 1 ranked team by FIFA. Well, they won it. So the right team won. Argentina came in as the number 3 ranked team by FIFA. They obviously came in second place. France was the number 2 ranking. They got 3.
That's funny.
England was the number 4 ranking. They got 4.
Oh, wow.
Right? So the top 4 is pretty significant. Number 5, FIFA ranked them 21st going into the tournament, and they end up at number 5, according to The Athletic, Norway.
Yeah,
Huge
baby.
Jump. Huge jump.
What
for
Holland
Norway.
does for you.
Belgium jumped from 9 to 6. Morocco dropped, actually, from 6 to 7. Switzerland up from 15 to 8. Paraguay way up from 34 to 9. Mexico stayed at 10. They were FIFA's top 10. Of course, everyone's wondering, where are the United States? Well, FIFA had the United States ranked at 16, and they finished with the Athletic at 12, so...
There you go.
Improvement.
There's a win right there, baby.
Improvement. Hooray. And then the one that everyone wants to talk about. Coming in ranked 64th by FIFA, finishing at 15th, Cape Verde.
Now that
what a story.
Is a Cinderella story right there.
Brazil came in ranked 5. They dropped to 16.
Yeah.
Portugal came in ranked 7, dropped to 17.
Think about those countries. Like we get here and we are picking apart the U.S. for not making it out of the round of 16, which they've never really ever been a team that we're thinking is going to go win it, at least right now with soccer in the state of it in this country.
Right.
But think about those two teams, Brazil and what was it?
Portugal.
Portugal, like it's expected to
absolutely.
do that. So to drop and have that poor of a World Cup is, those countries are not happy.
I will say this. I came into the World Cup very nervous because of all of the hoopla and everything around it, whether it was political hoopla or pricing especially, like how expensive everything was, and is America going to put their best foot forward with this World Cup? From my standpoint as just purely a viewer, didn't go to any matches or anything like that. I was in Seattle when there were World Cup matches going on, didn't go to one, but got to see how Seattle as a city put on for the World Cup, and they did, I thought, a fantastic job. I thought this World Cup was a smashing success, and to me, if I could just go down like on a tangent a little bit, what made this World Cup a smashing success in my mind were all the videos and the stories and the moments of international fans coming over to North America. And you see the Scotland fans taking over a Boston Red Sox game.
Yeah.
You see the Dutch fans taking over Texas. You see Korean fans trying Texas barbecue for the first time, right? These stories of just people getting to know each other and celebrating with each other. Even in Mexico, right? The hospitality in Mexico looked amazing. The international fans welcomed with open arms over there. Like, the best part to me about the World Cup, in addition to the incredible soccer that we're treated to, is just these stories and people from completely different backgrounds coming together. Again, I got to experience it briefly in Seattle. I'm at a bar in Seattle, and Egyptian fans are there because Egypt was playing when I was there. And in my limited interaction with them, such wonderfully nice people. And it's just, you never, ever in a million years would get the opportunity to meet these people unless you're in a circumstance like this, or if you had the privilege of being able to travel to their countries. And it made me feel really good, feel really happy. And I think it was something that's really needed right now, just to see people come over and experience some of our culture, share their culture with us, and to see those videos of people from opposite ends of the world bonding and coming together over a sport or just trying something in America, I thought was really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think what helped it really get the full picture of, the experience here is, even though we're not the biggest soccer country by any means, I think when you spread it out to all those different sites, they really did represent those sites well.
Yeah.
Those cities really did come out and show their love of soccer. So I do think international fans, while it's not to that level, I think they appreciated that the game is growing here too.
Yeah.
And that they celebrate it, as much as they can. Maybe not to their level,
Right.
but I think they were still impressed with what they saw.
I'm glad
which was cool.
They got to experience baseball a little bit as one of
And that's always fun too.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't hear about this personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if these fans who got to experience World Cup soccer in a football stadium are probably going, hey, maybe I want to come back to watch a football game. Like, this might be kind of cool. It'd be cool to go to Seattle to watch the Seahawks play. Or I imagine there were some of those stories and those moments as well. But
Matt, real quick, I can attest to what you were speaking of. I went down to Santa Clara when the U.S. played Bosnia on July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
The day, even though like you said, I didn't get in. They wanted too much for tickets, but just being around the venue and being in the city, you got to feel what it was like, what the vibe was. And I personally, I've been to the World Cup. I went in 1994 when it was here. Much more economical pricing at the time, but I've been to a World Cup before. This, to me, just the vibe, the way Santa Clara / San Jose, basically, the entire city shut down, especially for that U.S. game. And, I mean, fortunately, the U.S. won, but it was just, you felt the vibe. You were on a high, and, you couldn't be told anything that day if you wanted to be around the festivities. And while you couldn't get close with the vehicle, if you parked your vehicle and took public transportation, you could walk right up to the venue, which I did. And I mean, even though I didn't get in, I'll never take that day back because I enjoyed myself wholeheartedly. And that's the one thing the World Cup does provide once every 4 years to not just this country, whatever country hosts it. And that's why I wanted to go, just to see what it felt like this time around.
Right on. Coming up next, we got Pick a Side, including Charles Barkley talking about eras in the NBA again. Here we go again.
Let's go, Charles.
And Tom Brady trying to go all WWE on us. We'll talk about it. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Is the rest of the NBA developing a scouting report on Darius Acuff?
On offense, teams are going to blitz him and teams are going to play physical. You're going to have to hit tough shots because you're not getting good looks. And then on defense, Acuff is going to get intentionally switched on. He's going to get hunted. He's going to get isolated. It is going to be a true trial by fire his rookie year.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, what's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. I've heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were just so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 17,000 total net savings after $41.62 dealer discount and $11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th is net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks and a member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Have you seen The Odyssey at the Esquire IMAX Theater? Director Christopher Nolan shot every frame entirely on 1570 IMAX film, and Sacramento's Esquire IMAX Theater is one of only 40 theaters in the world showing The Odyssey in brand new IMAX film technology, as Nolan intended his epic film to be seen in IMAX format.
No one could stand between me and home, not even the gods.
See The Odyssey for the first time or again, and lock in your seats for the best movie experience only at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you.
With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento.
So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level. Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Lots to get to on Pick a Side. So little time. Ramsey here helping us out today. Ramsey, hit us with topic number one.
Topic number one. Charles Barkley said on the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelsey that Steph Curry would be broken in half in the NBA. Do you agree?
Well, let's hear from Charles.
I love Steph Curry. Steph Curry. But if anybody with any shred of common sense tells me Steph Curry could have been taking those licks that Michael was taking, come on, man. Come on. I love Steph Curry. I ain't never going to say anything bad about Steph Curry. But if people are going to tell me, number one, not just the body blows, the hand checking where you could just hold a guy and he just couldn't move. But if Steph Curry got hit like Michael was getting hit, he got broken in half.
There you go.
Oh, Charles. Look, Charles is a gem. He is a national treasure in my eyes. He's one of my favorite, former athletes to turn broadcaster because he's uniquely and unapologetically him. And when he says stuff like this, there's part of me that's like, yeah, I see where he's coming from. And there's other parts of me that are like, first of all, we're in a different generation. This is a different time of basketball. But first of all, have you seen the bodies back in the days? Like, there are a lot more bigger boys in the league now.
I'm serious. I challenge the old school NBA defenders to chase Steph Curry around the perimeter.
In that part too.
And see how much they could catch him. The thing about Steph Curry that makes Steph magnificent is he could score from literally anywhere on the floor, to where, like, I always understand the eras comparison and old school guys. The physicality of the NBA back in the day was real basketball, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be a conversation till the end of time. So I wouldn't even take offense to it if I were Steph Curry, because it's Barkley defending his era.
And I get that.
But the modern era of NBA basketball is far more spread out. There's a lot more space to cover versus
Good point.
Historically, the NBA there was a little bit of perimeter play, but everything happened inside that three-point arc, which means there wasn't a lot of room to go, and you had to be able to either push your way through or survive getting pushed, right? So the modern NBA is completely a different game. I know what Barkley's doing. I wholly disagree. If Steph Curry, you took exactly who he is now and put him in that era, he'd exhaust everybody by running around the perimeter as much as he does.
Now, look, I agree with some of what Lil Brother is saying in the chat. I am not Marcus in the chat. Saying even a guy as large as LeBron, it would have loved to have seen how he handled the violence of the 80s and 90s.
Sure.
And also players are completely different types of players now. And that's the whole thing why it's always so hard to compare players versus players back in the 80s and 90s to the speed of the game, the size of the game. Like, it's hard to ever compare. That's why I don't like doing it. But it's no surprise Barkley is going to defend his era indeed. And yeah, it was a little more violent. You're absolutely right.
Let's get this really the second topic in really quickly today, Ramsey. We didn't have a ton of time for pick a side today. Lots to save for tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. But let's get this second topic in before we go to break.
Tom Brady slaps Logan Paul on stage at FanFest. Is this a hint he could be making a WWE debut, and would you be intrigued?
This has happened many, many times in the history of the WWE, getting stars involved and breaking what's called kayfabe and things like that, where they're trying to make it. They're trying to tell a story, and this goes all the way back to the the flag football thing that they did and the rivalry that they formed while playing flag football. Logan Paul, being the social media superstar that he is, can always kind of blur the line a little bit to make these somewhat believable, but this isn't believable at all. Tom looks like a Bond villain while also just cheesing his way through a very predictable storyline that's going to result in like him showing up at WWE SummerSlam and then like throwing a very bad fake punch, and then Logan will fly off the top rope or something. That's how this goes. But we've seen this many times before.
I think it's honestly, yes, obviously it's a PR move. I think it's a bad PR move. I think it's a cheesy PR move. Tom Brady is a different level.
You should be above this?
Yeah, I really think so. And I'm not like one for not having fun. I just don't feel Tom fits this. And he doesn't need to go down that route. He's also a broadcaster, which maybe he should be trying to go win the Emmy instead of giving it to the number 2 team and Greg Olsen winning it over him. Maybe he should focus on that. Or, maybe he should focus on GMing the Raiders more. He's not the GM, but being involved as much as he can, because we all know, like, they've got a mission now to accomplish.
By the way, speaking of athletes in WWE, over the weekend, there was the Saturday night main event at Madison Square Garden. Jalen Brunson was a part of it. He hoisted the WWE Championship while Roman Reigns, who he and Jalen became friends because Jalen loves Roman Reigns. Roman hoisted the Lombardi Trophy, which was pretty cool. And then Karl Anthony Towns was in the show. He was like involved in the wrestling.
Cat's a big guy.
He stepped up and fought somebody. I don't know what he did. I just saw a clip online, but athletes have always been getting intermingled with WWE.
And don't forget about a third NBA star. Tyrese Halliburton popped out at the same time as Jalen Brunson did Saturday night.
Yeah, Tyrese is always involved in WWE stuff. He and George Kittle, you'll always find them at WWE stuff. We'll take the break. When we come back for lunch break, our friend from The Athletic, Jason Jones, sat down for a very nice conversation with Darius Acuff Jr., wrote an article about Acuff's background and just shared some things that made him, or I think will make him even more endearing to Sacramento Kings fans, plus something in here that Kayla Anderson might have a told you so moment. And we'll give our final Kings Summer League thoughts as we now look forward to training camp in a couple of months. You're listening to Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
My buddy dies. I show up to the funeral. Open casket. We're still doing that? I've never understood open casket. I don't get it. It's like, you told me he was dead. I believed you.
From the Monday Morning Podcast, his hit film Old Dads, and his latest Grammy-nominated special on Hulu, comedian Bill Burr, coming to the venue at Thunder Valley, Saturday, July 25th, with all new material. Get tickets at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Bill Burr.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo, with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
One thing we got at the end of Summer League, we started to see all these photos of the top rookies in their new team's real swag, right? Their real jerseys. And we got to see the black number 5 Kings jersey debuted for the first time. Some pretty sweet photos of Darius Acuff Jr. in his new threads. And while Acuff was in Las Vegas, even though he wasn't playing the last couple of games, he did get to sit down with our friend Jason Jones of The Athletic. Jason was on the show last week. We were talking to him about his article detailing more information about the Bam Adebayo Tyler Hero fight. And Jason Jones was on the Sacramento beat, the Kings beat, for a very, very long time for the Sacramento Bee. Well, this article titled Kings rookie Darius Acuff Jr. has an old soul. He also plays with a, quote, quiet confidence. It's a really good article that I highly encourage everybody to go and check out. I'm going to read and share bits and pieces of it, primarily things that Acuff had to say. But I don't want to spoil the entire thing. Go and check it out. And if you don't have an Athletic subscription, you need to get one because the content is that good. But the article begins, Kayla, with Jason laying out that Acuff is an old soul because he likes older hip-hop and older music that's before he was even born.
Yep.
And Jason writes, essentially, he's only interested in 3 things other than music. Basketball, family, and playing Uno.
Yep.
That's it. That's Acuff.
Yeah.
That's what he's about. He likes a quiet lifestyle, which is why Sacramento is appealing to him. He's not interested in like the nightlife of major markets. Nope. This is what Acuff had to say. I've always said that my type of cities are just like that, talking about Sacramento. There's nothing to do, so you can't do nothing but hoop and go home. That's what you need if you're trying to be great. I don't like to be in the cities where there's a lot going on, so I've been blessed every year of my basketball career to just go somewhere where I can do it. Sacramento.
I'm telling you, this is eerily similar to the vetting of Cam Ward and to the words used and the descriptions of the family football and basic fishing. Like, it is eerily similar to describing a guy like this, who I would also add in there, Matt, probably maybe a little bit different on the NFL, the basketball level, but film junkies, like, or just junkies of breaking down the game. Like, that's another part of these old souls and young bodies that are trying to go out there and prove something for an organization. And with saying that, that isn't to say that his first season is not going to be filled with challenges and with people questioning him. But the best thing about Acuff is all the stuff that was just described is truly that is who he is, and he ain't apologizing for it, and he's not going to let that affect his basketball journey and how he grows in it. Because it's going to be just that. He's 19 years old. He's got a lot of understanding, learning, and growing to do. But to have an old soul and to think that way and not to be tempted by all the other stuff that comes along with fame is a huge positive, and it's very unique.
When I was reading that part of the article, I started thinking about something that I believe there are some Kings fans listening to this that I want to address really quick. Because we saw in our comment section, we saw in the text line, a lot of people concerned about Acuff's perceived nonchalantness on the court, or he seemed disinterested at times, or not fully, like, not super passionate, or whatever fans wanted to label Acuff as. It's interesting that part of Acuff's personality, not being super loud, super boisterous, not being one to seek out the nightlife, not being one to seek out the fame, not being one to seek out the enjoyments of professional sports to a 19, 20-year-old. Yeah. Granted, he's not legally old enough to partake in some of the stuff I'm talking about, but that's also what made him want to come to Sacramento. So what Sacramento is as a city is ideal to a player for the same reasons that you're watching him and you're expressing concern. People are watching Acuff and are going, I'm afraid he doesn't care as much, or he's just not, because he looks too even keeled. He's too monotone with how he plays and how he speaks. Well, one, it's totally appropriate for that to be someone's personality. Not everybody is Dylan Cardwell. Not everybody is Malik Monk. Not everybody is out there.
And you don't need everyone to be that.
Exactly. And not everybody who goes into the league and becomes a millionaire right away is going to then go to the club in Miami and blow off $100,000 to get a table and some bottles, right? Like, not everybody is going to be that way. And Sacramento is so unique, and we fight the war against all over cities about what makes Sacramento unique. It's our fan base. It's our family kind of lifestyle. The pace of our city is a lot slower than some of those others, and that's used against us in a lot of ways when comparing to an LA or a Miami or whatever. But that is exactly what Darius Acuff Jr. was looking for, which is another reason why he was there at 7 in the first place, and the Kings didn't have to trade up to 5 like the Clippers and Brooklyn Nets tried to hold the Kings hostage to do.
Yeah, he's going to a place that he believes, and Scott Perry also believed in this, or never would have wanted him to come here, believes is the right place in terms of the timing, the runway it allows for him to continue to grow. And while, yes, I do believe you're getting one of the major faces of the future of the franchises here, doesn't mean it's going to be that way from the jump. Like, he's going to grow into that role. I truly believe he will grow into that role. And yes, while we might be buying Acuff jerseys in terms of the fans, or while we might be putting pressure on him to be a certain way in year one or the first couple months of the NBA season, Scott Perry is looking at him a lot different. He's looking at the long-term goal of who Darius Acuff Jr. is going to be. But all those things that are mentioned in this article are the reasons, and I guarantee you this, are a big reason why Scott Perry fell in love with him as a player that could actually do that for this organization.
He's going to put his head down, he's going to get to work, and he's not interested in anything else. Not interested in anything else.
And that works here. Might not work for other players. And maybe that's why some other players didn't come here to do the workouts. But it works for what Acuff's looking for.
Well, there are obvious reasons from the speed of the city, what the market is like. Again, he chose to play in Arkansas, too. Now, he chose to play for Coach Cal, of course. But Arkansas, also not one of those places that's necessarily buzzing with nightlife.
Fayetteville, that's it.
Although it's a college. There's a college, so I'm sure there was some sort of college nightlife there for him to enjoy. But he already had kind of preconceived notions of Sacramento, why he wanted to come to Sacramento, And Jason Jones lays out in this article that what solidified to him that he was where he meant to be has been the fan support. Talking about like when he arrived in Sacramento and the response that he got at the airport when he arrived and seeing the crowds at the Golden One Center for just the California Classic and the kind of response, it just solidified I'm where I'm supposed to be. Jason Jones also writes that he has already established a strong connection with Doug Christie, which is good, of course, his head coach. And this is what Acuff said. He said, I feel comfortable there in Sacramento. They're comfortable with me. I'm comfortable with them. So if you have that dynamic, it's definitely going to be great for years to come.
I use this as an example. Comfort can sometimes be a word people don't like because comfort can sometimes lead to complacency. The comfort he is using is different, though, because from a person who's been in different markets around the country, in some markets, it was a lot easier to ease into where I was and the people I was working with, where I can then be allowed to be myself. Hence, here in Sacramento, coming from a, toxic situation in Nashville, and where I was not allowed to be myself. And it did not allow me to shine as a radio broadcaster. Whereas you come to a place like this in Sacramento, and I'm on a station with great people like my co-host here, Matt George, and I'm allowed to be myself. And you're allowed to put your best self forward. This is how I kind of imagine it is in the league sometimes, is where if you feel comfortable with your bosses or your coach and the people around you in the organization, it really truly allows you to then showcase your best self.
And that's why the Scott Perry element of this entire process is so interesting, because I think a lot of people focused on the wrong thing when we learned about Scott Perry coaching Darius Acuff Sr., Darius's dad. Because I think a lot of people focused on he's just drafting him because he knows his dad. Not the other side of that coin, which is Sacramento is more appealing to Acuff because he is uprooting his life. Now he's 19, but he's uprooting his life and he's going to a place that he's never been before, a completely new place to start his NBA career. And while you certainly deserve time to develop, those first few years of your career are instrumental to who you are as a player. It doesn't mean you have to be like the best version of yourself in those first couple of years, but that will set the tone for how your career is going to go. And a lot of rookies flame out in those first couple of years and just never can make it back. The appeal of I'm going to play for someone, not necessarily the head coach, but my general manager is someone that has a tie to my family, that has a tie to me, that I at least know what they're about. And this is what Scott Perry is all about. This is why Scott Perry, while analytics are important and all that other stuff, X's and O's, Scott Perry is very relationship driven in how he operates as a basketball executive. He wants to establish relationships and make connections that he might not benefit from today or tomorrow or ever. But what if the conversation that Scott Perry had with Jalen Duren comes back around if Jalen Duren is a free agent next year or the next contract, or Jonathan Kuminga? What if those relationships that he's formed with guys like R.J. Barrett result in him getting R.J. Barrett back in a situation that maybe this is who Scott Perry is. And from Acuff's perspective, why wouldn't you want to come to a place and play for someone that you know who they are? And it's not people that you're either meeting for the first time in an interview in the pre-draft process and at the combine, or meeting someone that maybe you know of them from their past of being an NBA player, but that's it.
Yeah.
Right? That stuff matters in the NBA.
Yeah. I think it's one of the things, too, that I look at is because you got to be careful with, like I said, complacency when comfort is involved. And I think that's probably something Scott Perry thought about, too, was like, okay, he probably does feel comfortable. Obviously, his camp wanted him to come here. But do I feel like I know Acuff enough about how his work ethic is, how he wants to challenge himself? And I think that is something that they are going to have to continue to pour into Acuff when he is here. And that is why I wasn't completely out on Russell Westbrook coming here to be a vet for Acuff Jr., because I believe he brings different types of viewpoints. He's been in the game. He's been through ups and downs. So that's why I was always kind of an advocate for that part, because I still think they need to pour into challenging Acuff and to not let him get too comfortable. I think Acuff has the work ethic to not really get to that point of complacency, but I think you might want to continue to pour into it.
Well, there aren't a lot of signs of complacency with Acuff because of how he carries himself, and something that stood out to us and a lot of people during this summer league that wasn't the most impressive for Darius, if we're being honest, is the standard that he held himself to and how he was the one to point out his faults and his mistakes. And Jason Jones writes about that. His critical and balanced view of his own game, he says, comes from his dad. It's how his dad coached him. How he approaches the game is very much his dad in his ear or on his shoulder saying, this could have been better. You could have done, like the accountability factor of it. Here's the quote from Acuff. I've always been that way, so I'm never changing that. It helps me to play better. I've been like that no matter what type of game it is. Even if it's practice, I'm watching and I'm missing easy shots that I can make. I'm always going to be a critic of myself. It helps me each and every game to never feel satisfied. Speaks to a lot of what you were talking about.
That is without saying it, that is what perfectionists aim for. It's not literally being perfect. No one's ever going to be perfect. But it's having the mentality of like, that wasn't good enough. Or even if you have a good game, you are able to say, I did these things well. But this thing, you always have something to pick out of your game that you want to go back to the drawing board and be like, we need to be better. Like, just for example, winning a game, let's say, but doing it in a really poor way and maybe falling apart at the end. And standing up and saying, like, I'm not satisfied with that because we needed to actually take care of this team way earlier. You know, just little things like that are examples of how perfectionists think.
And it doesn't always have to be that wasn't good enough.
No.
It can be, I know it can be better.
Right.
Like, it's not always a negative as much as it is. Like, I know in my own life, and all of us have experienced this at some point, you can accomplish something or you can do something that's maybe meets the standard. And you're like, well, I'm happy with it. The job got done. But you're almost excited by the fact that I know I could be even better. I could do even better than what I did. I know areas where, and that's, to some people, that's exhausting. Because like, God, I can never meet my own standard. But on the other side of it, that's exciting because it's like, I did well.
Yeah.
And I know there's another level that I can get to. That's what I read into Acuff's comments. It's not just the times where he takes 29 shots and has an inefficient night. He could win a game for the Kings where he makes 4 threes, but he turned the ball over 3 times. And maybe we never would have been in a position X, Y, and Z if I had not turned the ball over so many times. Like, there's always something to strive for. And you have to be willing to give yourself grace and allow yourself to celebrate your accomplishments, but stay hungry that you can accomplish even more. That's what I read into Darius Acuff's approach. It's not just holding himself accountable when things going wrong.
And I think there's a lot of chatter right now in the YouTube chat, which you are more than welcome if you're a listener and want to, get in on conversations or watch us, I guess, if you like doing that. Kind of going back and forth here, and it just passed up. You guys are going so fast, I can't even read these comments. G4 Ball says, so my point is, if we have to wait 3 to 5 years for Acuff, then he was never the guy. And then, Holistic's going back saying he's only 19. And I think, first of all, no one's saying the timeline, first of all, for him to bloom is 3 to 5 years.
Well, 3 to 5 years for what? What are we talking about? Brunson took 4.
Exactly. And this is what it is right now. This is not a competitive team. So he is going to get that time to be able to grow. If anything, it's a great fit because they're not going to be very good in the next couple of years.
Yes.
Sorry.
Well,
it is what it is.
Let's put it this way, too. Like, Darius Acuff Jr. Might and hopefully will show us his capability of being the guy right away.
Right.
But you don't want Darius Acuff Jr. to peak his sophomore or junior season. You want Darius Acuff Jr. to peak when he's 26 years old and the Sacramento Kings are hopefully competing for a title.
And again, he's 19. So, yes, that is the benefit of drafting a teen because they are going to have longevity to build within your program.
They're going to have a 4-year rookie scale contract. So they got 4 years of him under team control. Plus, they're going to have full rights to his next deal, which is likely going to be another 4-year deal. You're looking at from 19 years old to, 26 years old.
Yeah.
Darius Acuff Jr. Well, no, that math is terrible. 19 to 27 years old. Darius Acuff Jr. is going to be. I know. Darius Acuff Jr. is going to likely be a Sacramento King for the next 8 years.
Yeah, I'm quite
at least, hopefully more.
I'm quite frankly still really excited for him to fully develop into the player that I think he can be. And man, do I love that mentality. I know not everybody loves or understands it, but this is the type of player I think in the end wins.
Well, let's put a bow on this because Kings Summer League is now over and done with. We saw highs, we saw lows, we saw struggles. We weren't in Las Vegas necessarily, so we didn't have like a in-person view other than what we saw in the California Classic, which you went to one of the California Classic games with me. Yep. I was at all 3 of them. Just give me some final thoughts, just things, how you would sum up how the Summer League was for the Sacramento Kings. Could be specific about a player like Acuff or like Emmanuel Sharp or whoever, or just in general, just how you sum up and what you take away from the last, call it 3 weeks that we've had of Summer League.
Yeah, I think there's still when I'm going to focus on is Kings, and I think what I've been saying all along, and it's been something I've been, I guess you could say, preaching here in the last few weeks, is that don't compare the team right now that you saw in Summer League to any other team that had been playing in Summer League. Don't compare players. It's not healthy and smart for you to do as a fan. It's just not, because everybody else is in their own way of how they are maneuvering the next season and with those players that they drafted. So when you're looking at the Kings specifically, was there disappointment in maybe the offense that you expected to see from Darius Acuff Jr.? No doubt about it. I wanted to see him hit more shots. I wanted it to be more efficient. Right now, this is kind of what he's going to be doing and dealing with is some adversity and some challenges, but he's going to get through it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that he will. But you also started to see, okay, there is a type that Scott Perry is drafting here, and there is the beginning of a foundation starting to be built in terms of culture. And once they get off some of these big contracts, the more it's going to start to actually make sense, and you're starting to see some of these pieces come into play. They're going to have to draft it more, there's other things that are going to have to happen. But I'm starting to not be as confused on what the future may look like for this organization.
Yeah, what you said is kind of similar to where I am going with it, which is my overall takeaways from Summer League are simply, we got a long way to go.
Yep.
We've got a long way to go, and there is not an overnight or anything remotely close to an overnight fix on that Summer League roster, including Darius Acuff Jr.
Yeah.
But there's also not a Band-Aid. And what I mean by a Band-Aid is something that you put over a wound to essentially hide it and help it heal, but something that's temporary. I didn't see anything there that screamed temporary to me. We'll see what the careers of these young guys look like, those who make the roster and don't. But the Kings have a very, very long way to go. But what I saw from Summer League and what I hope we continue to see in training camp is that the path, the road to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, to get to that payoff, has the potential of being maybe a lot more fun and entertaining than we thought or are hoping for.
Sure.
And like, to me,
Sure.
the fact that I can look at that roster of players in Summer League and see, I think safely see 5 guys on that roster. Yeah, for sure. Neek, Max, Dylan, Darius, Emmanuel Sharp. Let's throw in Alex Karaban 6. Jonathan Mobo 7. Yeah. There's 7 guys on that roster, and we didn't even talk about Flagler, who played well, by the way, in his last game. He's one of those two-way guys. Markel Sutton has a chance to be a two-way guy. We'll see. Isaiah Stevens was a two-way guy. If we're including all those guys, too, I got 10 guys right there. I'm not going to use all 10, but there is a large amount of players on that roster that fit more into this identity and that match the words or feel like they more can match the words of what Doug Christie and Scott Perry are saying than the vast majority of the roster last season. Like, we went into training camp last year and heard about 94 feet and heard about this defense, that defense, blah, blah, blah. And I looked and I saw DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine and DeMontis Sabonis, and no disrespect to those guys, and Malik Monk. And it was like, where is what you're saying going to come from?
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, I look at least what we saw in Summer League and I see multiple pieces like, oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay, maybe he could do that. It just feels like, it doesn't feel like I'm trying to sell a used car this year. It feels like, okay, I can actually see that happening. Will it develop into that? We'll see. But I don't have to sell you on, here's why Devin Carter could pick up 94 feet. Like, we don't have to do that anymore.
Well, you're not trying to kind of cover up something that, eventually will get, like, showcased.
Exposed.
Yeah. Like, I feel like last year it was a lot of, like, trying to just put temporary sealant over something that you knew was just going to keep on popping open.
Yeah.
Like, eventually it's going to be like, it is ugly for a second.
It's going to break.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting. I love the article, though.
Yeah.
Really
Great
good
article
stuff by
from Jason
Jones.
Jones. Go and check that out. We'll take the break. And when we come back, the latest edition of Kayla Was Right.
Let's go.
She has no idea what it's about.
I don't.
But she was right. We'll talk about it next. Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Is the rest of the NBA developing a scouting report on Darius Acuff?
On offense, teams are going to blitz him and teams are going to play physical. You're going to have to hit tough shots because you're not getting good looks. And then on defense, Acuff is going to get intentionally switched on. He's going to get hunted. He's going to get isolated. It is going to be a true trial by fire his rookie year.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center August 15th and 16th. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Specially priced Saturday night tickets available.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 38, Joe Montana's first start.
December 2nd, 1979 is when it all began for Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers. It was a humble beginning for the 49ers' future legend. Making his only start as a rookie, he only got snaps in the first half, and he began the game with 3 3-and-outs. There were a few drops, a couple of poor throws, but late in the half, Joe engineered a 7-minute, 17-play, 78-yard drive, but it only netted a Ray Wersching field goal. On that day, who knew that humble beginning would lead to one of the most decorated careers in the history of the NFL?
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
You know, I've learned a few things over the years of being married and being raised in a primarily female family. I don't know if I ever told you this, Kayla. There are 15 people on my mom's side of the family. We're not close at all with my dad's side of the family. There's 15 people on my mom's side of the family. 13 of them are women.
Wow.
It's me and my cousin Alex.
Dang.
Yep.
So you know, yeah.
Adrift in the estrogen ocean.
Yeah.
Just trying not to sink. But over time, I've learned that, hey, one thing that can keep you out of trouble is, hey, just admit, not necessarily when you're wrong, but admit when the female in your life or females in your life are right. Well, here you go. Here's the latest edition of Kayla Was Right about something.
Is this a new segment?
Kayla was right. Bum bum. I don't know. We'll get a sound.
I wish it were. I don't have that many.
This is something that we argued about. Friendly argument.
Okay, I'm really curious to where this is going.
Back in, I don't know what, I think it was some sort of camp. I want to say it was just a mandatory mini camp, or it was something that was happening with the New York Giants over the summertime.
Yeah.
Cam Scatterbo did a backflip. He landed that backflip. Kayla made it a topic, I think it was in Pick a Side, to point out, you should not be doing this, Ish. You're just coming off of an injury. You shouldn't be doing this stupid stuff. And I said, let Cam be Cam. He's fine.
That's right.
Let Cam Scatterbo flip. Let him be himself. Well, Fanatics Fest happened last week. And part of Fanatics Fest is they introduce these athletes, and they come out to just WWE entrances. I don't know why, but they do it, and it's kind of fun.
The crowd.
Well, Cam Scatterbo came out to Triple H's entrance, and he did a backflip. And he landed awkwardly on the surgically repaired ankle.
Yes. On a stage.
On a stage. Now, after it happened, he said that he's perfectly fine, that everything is fine. But when asked about it, he said he's not going to change who he is. He said, I'm just going to keep being me. And if they want to say I'm brain dead and I don't have no brain, then who cares? F it, he said.
Uh-huh.
Now, I promise you, if John Harbaugh or anybody in the New York Giants organization saw that flip and saw how he landed that flip, and go and look at the video, it's not like a complete botch job. It's not like he landed on his head or anything, but he lands right on his ankle and
he kind of slid a little bit.
Falls backwards because he was off balance.
Yeah.
It didn't look like that bad of a fall, but he just had surgery on his ankle. And I saw it and I went, well, if I don't point this out, then Kayla's going to, and it'll be even worse for me. So there you go. Kayla was right.
I'm glad you got out in front of it, Matt. Way to go. I give you props for that.
It's a defensive mechanism.
It's funny that you said what Cam Scatterbo came out and said after the backflip and, falling a little on stage or slipping a little, because it's coming off of a conversation we just had about Darius Acuff Jr., and how he's not going to change
who he is.
The way he is.
By the way, polar opposites.
Well, that's because that's a positive thing to not change. And sorry, I do love me some Cam Scatterbo, but that ain't a positive when you're saying you're not going to change things that are literally going to end your career at some point if you don't shape up. Like, I get it. He is a wild guy. He's kind of a crazy guy.
I love him.
But it's okay to then obviously do things, though, once you're a professional that aren't going to hurt your career. You're already a running back. That's already a shortened career in the NFL.
Especially with how he runs.
Yeah. On top, right? On top of it, unless you're Derrick Henry, on top of it, he's a violent runner. And injury will come with that if that continues too, which also I do think Harbaugh needs to have a talk with him a little bit about. You can't go all out every single, snap.
We got 18 weeks, homie. Let's cool it
but
down.
let's start with the backflips. Let's start there. I'm sitting down. I say, let's start here, buddy.
I would never wish for my partner to be put in an uncomfortable situation. But if Darius Acuff Jr. ever backflipped on the hardwood after making a
Good
bucket,
Lord.
I would love to see how you would dance your way through that situation. Because I love you, Darius, but stop it.
But he didn't have a history of doing it and hurting himself.
Yeah.
Cam's got stuff that's adding up that it's really, I don't want his career to be short. Let's make this clear. I'm rooting for Scatterbo. But he's making it a little tough for me not to be the mama in the house being like, son.
Well, John Harbaugh, I promise you, John Harbaugh 1,000% agrees with you.
Right.
1,000%.
I'm surprised we have not heard or gotten any of these things leaked yet about Harbaugh sitting down. And maybe he's waiting for, them to report to camp to be like, paging Cam Scatterbo, come up to Jim Harbaugh's office, please.
You flipping mother effer, get in this office right now. I got to talk to you.
Oh, goodness. I love it. Yes, Frank Gore, too. You guys, I'm saying overall,
by the way,
a lot of running backs do not have a longer career than other positions.
Well,
of course, there's the Frank Gores and Derrick Henrys. Come on now.
John Harbaugh, according to ESPN, has somewhat addressed this in the past. He joked at minicamp that he told the running back no backflips at minicamp. But also, by the way, this is not the first time that Cam Scatterbo has done backflips in recent weeks. He did a flip after hitting a home run during the celebrity softball game. He stuck it. Huh?
Cool. Great.
Huh?
Awesome.
So sometimes,
if you need to feed your need for backflips, at least just go on a trampoline.
Express yourself. Oh, trampolines are deadly as hell. What you talking about?
The landings are a lot softer.
No, you get near those springs, hell no. Trampolines are death traps. Those things are terrifying. It's easy to fall off a trampoline.
The flat floor ones, nah. They're not as bad.
The flat floor ones?
The ones where the gymnasts in the Olympics, they do the tumbling.
Yeah, those look like ankle shatterers. Have you ever been to like those trampoline world park things?
He's not doing gymnastics.
I know, but like, have you ever?
Or do it into a foam thing, a foam pit.
See, that's not cool enough for Cam Scatterbo.
All right.
Let the man flip.
No, you just admitted
No.
that
Well,
I was
said,
right in this segment. Don't
listen,
be taking it back.
Don't
Hold
you
on.
No,
dare.
listen to
Don't
what I'm
you
saying
dare.
here. Just because your point is
now
sound.
he's going back on it.
There's not backtracking
I
here.
hate this.
This is blissful ignorance.
This is what everyone
No, this is what this is called. This is
does.
called not being an adult. This is what I'm doing. Because I acknowledge everything that you said is absolutely right and he should not be doing it. But I don't want to.
You're part of the problem.
I want.
You're part of the problem.
I want Cam Scatteraboo to flip. I just dropped my wallet.
So much so that his wallet's dropping out of his golf pants.
It's who he is. I hear you.
Okay, well, if it's who he is, then he should have been on the USA Olympic team.
Ooh, Cam Scatteraboo,
Maybe he should have
Simone
been
Biles.
doing the what is it? The thing where they flip off the
beam. By the way, first off, the coolest beam is in Sacramento. Second off, that fake ass beam looks like a death trap.
Yeah, it's
one spill on that thing, you're gone.
You've seen what
kaput.
You've seen what some of these gymnasts go through.
Also, those bars where they have like a low bar and then a high bar, and you
bars.
flip from the. Hell no.
It's fascinating.
Also,
to watch.
pole vaulting. When did we discover
pole
that was a
vaulting.
thing? Looks dope, but when did we discover, hey, I'm going to put this stick into the ground, it's going to launch me up into the air? When did we discover that as a society?
That one always gets me.
I would love to do that.
I would, but I'd break my back.
Yeah. Or
I'd stick
listen,
the pole on the side and it'd like come back and hit me.
I've seen enough videos of the pole inadvertently going where it's not supposed to go to know.
in the junk?
Yes, or other places. Just to know I'm good, you know?
Yeah, I don't need that.
I'm all right.
I don't need it in my life.
I'm all right. Even like pogo
we did have an Olympic / world record holder one time in the pole vault from the greater Sacramento area.
Yeah.
Nice.
In Stacy Dragila from
All
Auburn.
athletes come out of here.
Y'all do that.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to keep my feet on the ground.
But yet you're telling Scam
Scam Cataboo? That's the scat
I'm the
part.
scat man.
Yeah, Cam Scatteraboo is an athlete, though. I'm not.
Oh, let's elongate his athletic
the
career.
only reason why I have the stance that I have on Cam is because I got to cover Cam when he was in high school.
No, I
got
get
to
it.
know him at Sac State, and I love the
totally.
dude.
I'm
love
not
the
saying
dude
I
to
don't
death.
love the dude.
I know you're not.
I'm
just
trying to protect him from himself.
I know, but I'm being the irresponsible father. You're the
Right.
mother that's like, don't get hurt, and I'm the father that's like, if you're going to do it, make it cool.
Right.
Or get it on video. Sorry. At least I'm self-aware.
I'm going to tape his mouth up in the break and put him in the closet. The broom closet.
Jeez. Do we have a broom closet?
I'd hope.
I don't know if we do. We
Well,
have
then
like a
how
supply closet.
And how is this place getting cleaned ever?
What? Oh. Look around you. It's not very clean. It's not very clean in here. Well, there you go. See, at least I said you were right. Huh?
For a minute.
No, I didn't say. You're right the entire time. I'm just irresponsible.
Yeah.
So is
that might be
Cam.
true.
Cam is very irresponsible. And John Harbaugh's probably going to kill him. But we'll see.
Stay tuned.
We'll see when we get to Giants mini camp. Or training camp, should I say. When we come back, it's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill. The stories around the NFL now that rookies have reported around the league, including just another gem for the Arizona Cardinals. Kayla will fill you in when we come back. Then we'll dive deep into 49ers training camp and the amount of pressure, according to Kayla, that's on the Niners and a few other teams heading into camp. That's all still to come here on Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club in Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my run in PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
Rookies around the NFL have reported to training camp. The rest of the squad not too far behind, about a week away before they catch up. Football is coming, although I'm sure it's hot as hell around a lot of these mini camp or training camps that these rookies are reporting to. I can't wait for Hard Knocks. I can't even lie, even if it's Kayla's Seattle Seahawks that I'll have to deal with. And speaking of Kayla, it's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill.
Yeah, and, 2-minute drill here in the near future will have a lot of more football-related elements in terms of on the field. But the offseason, hey, they've had plenty of randomness that has gone along.
It's been an ugly offseason.
It really, to be fair, it has been ugly in terms of their offseason. A lot of things in terms of players getting in trouble and just the whole referee thing. Hopefully they're on the up and up, though. But I start with this one because this ain't good either. A bad gamble. And who are we talking about? We're talking about the lowly Arizona Cardinals. Come on down.
Yay, birds.
Can't even figure out who your quarterback is, but now you've got someone in terms of an executive with the Cardinals, in terms of director of college scouting, Ryan Gold, who was just suspended indefinitely for violating the NFL's gambling policy. He is calling the league's accusations blatantly false and said, at least the lawyer for him is saying this, that they're calling it blatantly false and that they have his client, who is Ryan Gold, appealing the suspension. Obviously going on to say he's been outstanding as an NFL exec for over a decade. However, the whole thing behind this is the NFL said it's an investigation determined that Gold provided confidential, non-public inside information regarding the 2026 draft selections by the Cardinals before the picks were announced, and that Gold also participated in parlay bets on NFL and college games.
Hell yeah. Nice.
So, doesn't look good.
Listen, somebody this year is going to win the MVP, and they're going to deserve it. But we will all know that the real MVP of this calendar year for NFL football is the Arizona Cardinals PR team. The real MVPs.
All right, way to go.
Arizona Cardinals
Arizona,
PR.
Trial by fire,
for
baby,
having
if
to
you're new
just
there.
clean up whatever dumpster fire that organization is putting out.
They thought they got rid of it in Kyler Murray, and it came back twofold.
Kyler's laughing his ass off somewhere in Minnesota.
It's like Fortnite or whatever that game he was. What was he even playing?
Fortnite? I don't know.
What was he? He was gaming, and it became a huge thing, and then he went on silent on. They thought that was something.
I think Arizona would love to go back to the days if our quarterback is playing too many video games.
I think so too.
Because now they've got an executive gambling. Oops.
Freaking crazy, man.
Oops.
So anyway, it's Arizona shooting itself in the foot. What's new? All right, moving
Cardinals.
on. Give us grass.
We want grass.
Yeah, that is right. NFL players.
Don't isolate that.
Yeah, don't. Ahead of Sunday's FIFA World Cup were very vocal when it came to saying, we want the real grass that you guys brought in for the World Cup.
I saw George Kittle's tweet.
Yeah, so quarterback Caleb Williams of the Bears was very vocal. Washington Commanders offensive tackle Laramie Tunzel, very vocal. You mentioned George Kittle of the 49ers. All of these guys pretty much saying if stadiums can make grass work for the World Cup, they can make it work for the players. We are #worth the cost.
Are we sure the NFL can afford it? Grass is expensive. Listen,
okay,
I had
brother.
I had to go to Home Depot and buy grass seed for my lawn.
Did those words just come out of your mouth?
I had to go to Home Depot and get grass seed for my lawn. Bermuda. Expensive. It cost me like $23. The NFL can't afford that. That's a lot of Bermuda.
NFL is making billions and billions of dollars.
They wouldn't be if they had to pay for grass.
TV contracts are... Suck it, Roger Goodell. Suck it up and get these men some grass. All right?
Put that on a shirt.
#give them grass.
Put that on a
That's
shirt.
my #Tunzel.
I don't know. I don't think
yours is worth the cost. Mine's give them grass.
No, the NFL, they had to give all their money to the referees to avoid the referee
what a joke.
the backup replacement referee scandal. So they got no money for grass.
Listen though,
they can't afford it.
The CTE is a real issue, right? And they've done a lot to move forward and try to identify that more and do things to protect players from themselves. This is just as bad, though, with some of the bad turf that's around the league. To me, it's like that's sometimes in terms of injuries, long-term injuries. Some injuries they do not come back from because of some of this turf that, is known for being in MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
This is important. I truly feel like for longevity of players, it's another thing they need to invest in.
Yes, we know that the NFL, as much as I'm joking, we know that the NFL could easily do this without batting an eye. They just choose not to because... Granted, I'm sure it does save them a bunch of money, but they don't need to save a bunch of money. They're going to be just fine putting grass in these stadiums to help, and obviously the players want it. The injuries speak for themselves that we've seen time and time again, especially at MetLife Stadium. Do we need to bring up the Aaron Rodgers meme?
Yeah.
Like, it should have been changed a long time ago.
Yeah. I think hopefully, eventually, maybe this will bring new light to it. It's your biggest money-grossing sport in the country. You got to do something for it.
Case in point, to speak of grass, speaking of the team you just spoke of, the Arizona Cardinals, they play on grass inside a dome and roll the field inside and outside.
Yeah.
So if that can be done, you can put grass in other stadiums.
Just steal Arizona's field. They're not going to use it. They're barely going to play.
I heard they're forfeiting this year.
They probably should.
Finally, safe in the nest, and thank goodness. Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley, scary situation. Him and his family dealt with an attempted burglary of their home on Saturday. They are fine, though. Officers were dispatched out to Barkley's home after about 5 a.m. with a burglary in progress. The alleged suspects had already fled the area. That's insane. We've heard a lot of these break-ins that have happened when players are gone. Joe Burrow, for instance, but you got your family at home.
Yeah, that's scary.
I mean, I'm really glad that they fled, and hopefully they catch them, and that they didn't do anything in terms of getting in.
Get yourself some dogs. Get some guard
big
dogs
old
out
dogs.
there. Some hounds.
Some big old dogs. What are those? The slender noses. What are those? Not the Rots.
Great Danes?
No. They're Come on, help me out, Ramsey.
I don't do dogs, so I
you
have
don't?
no clue.
Slender noses?
Well,
those really long, weird-looking dogs?
This is really going to bug me now. Someone help me out.
Are you Googling slender-nosed dogs?
Mean dogs.
Mean dogs.
Mean dogs. Most dangerous dogs.
Rottweilers?
Nope, it's not Rottweilers.
Maybe your Doberman Pinscher or something like that? I don't know.
Boom. Doberman Pinscher.
That's a mean dog?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are we profiling?
No, but you can train them to attack the right people.
Yeah, you can do that with...
You cannot do that with
Listen, my mom's had small dogs that would bite my ankles off if they got the chance.
Yeah, those dogs can do harm, though.
All right.
Get you some Doberman Pinschers.
Get you some whatever the hell that is.
Sounds like your 2-minute drill.
We got...
Thank you, Johnny. He said Doberman.
Kayla's...
Way to go, guys.
High-pressure training camps. Kayla has identified all of the teams that have a lot of pressure on their shoulders heading into training camp in this season. And you best believe the 49ers are one of them. We'll hear Kayla break down and talk our way through all the pressure around the Niners heading into training camp next to start the final hour of the show. It's a Monday on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby!
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave here, so proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family-owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
She is our NFL expert here on Sactown Sports for a reason, going into her first full season of 49ers football with us here on Sactown Sports. Kayla Anderson has put together her teams that have the most pressure on them heading into training camps, and it's fitting that as we rejoin this segment, I'm looking over at NFL on ESPN, and who are they talking about?
Oh, wow.
The San Francisco 49ers. They just had a graphic up about all the injuries they had last season, the amount of games that were missed. Of course, injuries play a big part of any conversation with the 49ers, especially when it comes to which players will be returning from injury and what version of themselves will they be. Kayla, before we dive into the list of teams that have the most pressure on their shoulders going into training camp, according to you, why did the Niners make the cut for you in such a strong way?
Yeah, and I kind of, when I made this list, I am not going to necessarily say that there's one in particular that I would put above the other, because truly each of them for their own reasons, fan bases could argue this is why my team is feeling the most pressure. But the 49ers absolutely 100% were one of the first teams I thought of when thinking about this short list in terms of, I'm going to probably list about 5 teams here.
Okay.
But for the sheer fact that they are basing everything on what they did this year, re-signing players, bringing in new guys, trades, whatever it was, most of it revolved around a player that has a lot of experience, is a vet, and they're hoping this will all work because of the health of the team. And this core thing that we've talked about for so long with the San Francisco 49ers is more real than ever, because a lot of these guys are honestly aging out and could be their last really big season that you're going to get your most bang for your buck.
Yeah.
And so when I started to think about all the things that I could list under here, obviously I just mentioned the core, and no other time than now is that they're kind of diving in with this whole, like, it's the core or nothing, Top ranked quarterback. So clearly Brock Purdy is ranked on a lot of people's boards high going into this season.
Upper half of the league.
Yeah, and I know the NFL execs and coaches did not put him in the top 10, but there are a lot of...
He got honorable mentions.
Yeah,
though, didn't
he did. There are a lot of other like analysts and everything, network people that cover the NFL on a daily basis that do have him as a very high-ranked quarterback going into the season. So not only do others believe he is that guy, but Brock's in his prime. So Brock needs to start to shine in his prime. And part of that, absolutely, you talked about it on the chat earlier, got to stay healthy to be able to fully see what he can do this season.
Really quickly, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Before that, I just want to address this. The Sacramento Kings dropped their preseason schedule.
Oh.
We will go. It's 5 games. We'll talk about it. For those of you who are tuning in right now going, why aren't they talking about it? We're doing a Niners segment right now. We will talk about the Kings preseason schedule. Just go over it in the next segment. But that just dropped. I just put it down on Twitter if anybody is curious.
Very nice.
Now to the question that I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Because I can obviously see the rest of the list of teams that have the most pressure on them. And while I won't say who those teams are, I do notice that there's not another NFC West team on here. So my question to you is why, in your mind, is there more pressure on the Niners in the AFC West compared to the defending champion Seahawks who have to defend their title? It's hard to build on the year when you're a champion, but they obviously don't want to be a one and done. And then the Rams who are obviously all in with the reigning MVP.
Yeah, one word, Super Bowl. In the last 10 years, those teams have it. 49ers don't.
They knocked on the door.
And when you have the quote-unquote best coach, or what many people think is one of the top 3 coaches in the league, and you still don't have a Super Bowl to prove everything that he's done, it is what it is. It is what have you done for me lately. And those 2 other teams that we just rattled off, they've had Super Bowls in the past years. So, yes, would the Rams be the next one in the NFC West that have the most pressure? Sure. But those are teams that I do believe have something to show for it as of late.
To me, what matters with pressure is repercussion. Like what happens if you don't get it done? And while the Niners, I don't think it would be fair to say the Niners are championship or bust. They certainly have their eyes on the championship, but it's not like they're so all in to where if it fails, it's catastrophic type thing, right? But I look at the Niners, and this is where I agree with you, compared to the Rams, who are based in LA, and they're just stars just grow on trees or fall into their laps apparently, and the Seahawks, who just won a title and have a lot of very prominent, exciting pieces for the future. I don't know where the Niners go from here if it doesn't work. I don't know where the Niners go if they deal with catastrophic injuries again, because as everybody has pointed out a million times, the Niners are an old-ass football team, right? All of their names are prominent names that get us excited, and I'm not saying this to poo-poo anything. It's just the reality of the situation. The Niners' average age is high, and especially the average age of their prominent players outside of Brock Purdy. So, to me, the pressure facing the Niners is not just being as good as those teams in the division. It's if they aren't, how could they get there in the near future? Because it's easy to see that the Niners are trending downward unless Brock Purdy steps up as a franchise quarterback, Stribling turns into a star, Ricky Pearsall can stay healthy. There are things about that team that make them possible for a bright future. But so much of what we know the Niners to be has been based off of the names that we know and love that are now 34, 35, 36 years old.
Right, and that's why the whole core thing is at the top of my list for a reason why they have so much pressure.
Yeah.
Because they really put in everything into one pot. And they've been putting off this rebuild for a minute. They truly have been.
They have been.
And at some point, the dam going to break.
Well,
and that is when, I know you say there's not pressure right now. The NFL is a fickle league. And while Kyle Shanahan is...
I think there is pressure.
For Shanahan.
Okay, yeah.
The NFL is a fickle league. And yes, it's not exactly like the NBA. They don't probably go through coaches as fast.
Right.
And they're not as easy to disregard. But when you start feeling the true pressure as an owner from some of like the fan base when they get to this certain point, and I'm starting to feel it with 49ers. Not that I'm saying if Shanahan doesn't get it done, he's fired. I'm not saying that. I'm starting, the pressure starts to build because guess what happens? Next year, the core's gone, the primary core at least, and it is starting to be a bit of a rebuild. And we don't know how Shanahan's going to handle that. And so it is going to be something where there is going to be talk that's starting to be brought up. And the pressure is going to build on Shanahan individually. I'm not saying that he's going to be fired here in the next couple of years, but he's going to be looked at differently with this core not being around.
How does the Mike Evans thing play into that, though? Because like I'm curious about individual pressure versus team pressure, because the Niners very much have doubled down on, yeah, we're old, but here we're bringing in another guy, and Mike Evans, who fits that age bill of our group. And yes, like Bronte Hill laid out for us earlier, the Niners have not really had like a Mike Evans for Brock Purdy ever. Brock's had some good receivers to throw to, but never a guy that he can just throw up, back pylon, go up and get it in Mike Evans. Well, we believe that's who Mike Evans can still be. That's who he's been in his career, but he's a year older, coming off of the most injuries that he's dealt with in his career. So when it comes to the pressure of the Mike Evans situation, is it the pressure on the Niners to this was your shot at getting the wide receiver that you think Brock Purdy needs, and if it doesn't work out, then what the hell does Brock Purdy need? Or is the pressure on Mike Evans of, hey, like, do you still got anything left, or is this your last? Like, if I'm Mike Evans and this doesn't work out in San Francisco, I don't know if he's ever going to get as competitive of an opportunity to win as this opportunity the Niners have
he's
given
not.
him.
This is his last shot.
So who has the more pressure then in that scenario?
I mean, players are always going to feel the pressure at his level. I mean, he's going to always, like, he's a type of player that expects greatness. I mean, that's just how he's built, right? I mean, he wants to go out winning a ring. That's why he came here. He said it. He truly believes he could win a ring in San Francisco.
Sure.
So there's always pressure on guys like him, especially who demand the most out of themselves at this point of their career.
Right.
But there's also pressure on the organization as a whole at some point because they're choosing to continue to bring in these old bodies and to go off of what they've done in the past, which is fine. It might work out for them, but it might not. And that's the reality of it. If it doesn't work out, they're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. The next thing, when going down this list, I talked about obviously Brock Purdy, who's in his prime. And yeah, some would argue Mac Jones. They liked what they saw out of him even more last year. To each is your own. I loved what Mac did as well. We mentioned the big offseason move with Mike Evans. The whole other thing that I focus on too with so much pressure on this organization is I know a lot of people joke about the electrical substation. Okay?
Yeah, right.
It's not overall the health of this team is a freaking real situation. And while they put out the notion that the electrical substation is a thing, that's fine. But they also came out, John Lynch did, and said, we've done a lot of changes in the offseason with elevating our training staff, doing things different, the way we are handling players. Something has to change next year.
Yeah.
If it does not change, they came out there and they poo-pooed the electrical substation, and that's fine. But you also said we did things to improve what we health-wise are trying to do here. That has to improve. There is no way, if that doesn't improve, there's big-time stuff that's going to be coming down on the organization in terms of questions.
We've passed the point of bad luck. And is it feasible that a lot of players who, again, are in their 30s are coming off of pretty significant injuries that they would get hurt again? Yeah, that's a realistic thing to expect. But considering the injury issues that the Niners have dealt with year after year after year after year, and then it culminated in whatever the hell last season was. Like, you can't just chalk it up to, injuries are going to happen to every team every single year. Like that, it goes beyond that in San Francisco. And while the substation thing is, as John Lynch called it, a whole nothing burger, while that part kind of became a joke, the realities of how wounded this team was are not a joke whatsoever. And it's not just competitive balance with them competing in the NFC West and trying to keep the bodies on the field that they need in order to be able to hold a candle to those teams. It's player safety, player happiness. If I'm not mistaken, Kayla, when they did the anonymous player poll, when those results were leaked, wasn't the Niners' strength and conditioning staff one of the lowest grades they got?
Grades. Yeah.
So obviously, like, you can always improve something. And when you're dealing with so many injuries like you have over the years, I'm sure Kyle Shanahan is looking at like his practices to make sure he's not doing too much to put his players in the wrong position. I'm sure they're looking at their playbook to make sure they're not putting their receivers in, like putting them on an island where they're just going to get hit with passes over the middle. Like, you can always look at everything, but you absolutely have to look at your strength and conditioning staff.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it happen firsthand where there was injuries 3 years in a row in Tennessee, and finally they had to just like fire half of the staff and hire a new staff and bring in a new philosophy. They didn't do that here. They didn't fire half the staff, but they brought in some new people. They've tweaked a little things here and there. So whatever they did, John Lynch has come out and said we did stuff to identify things that could help with the long-term health throughout a season.
Yeah.
There's no excuses next year for it to be worse than what it was. There's just not. I mean, if so, then they're on haunted ground.
You've got more reasons to talk about. Do you want to get to Joey really quick? Who wants to talk about Mike Evans?
Let me give one more thing for the reasons why I think they're one of the more pressured organizations this next year. Is simply they're getting back two of their best defensive players in Nick Bosa and Fred Warner.
Right.
And when you have guys like that who are game changers in your organization, on your defense, those are two big pieces that should be ready to go and are veterans enough to know like their body's going to be ready and should be able to contribute.
See, I have two completely different feelings about those two guys because Nick Bosa is coming off of his second pretty catastrophic injury.
Yeah.
I don't think this is an expectation. Doesn't mean it's true, but if I'm a Niner fan, which I'm not, but I obviously am invested in the Niners, I don't expect Nick Bosa to be the same player anymore. I just don't.
He's also a different position that, rushing the quarterback specifically. Yeah. I mean, even year after year, most players, not Myles Garrett, decline a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's hard to envision him having the same numbers he's had in the past. Absolutely.
Getting older. Plus,
but I don't think he's going to drop drastically.
No, but I don't look at Nick Bosa to be the same thing that he's been for the Niners. Fred Warner, I look at as the number one linebacker in the league and the captain of that defense still, regardless of the injury that he dealt with last year. So, like, that's where they're complete opposites for me. I'm hoping Nick Bosa is good and at the very least can get to the freaking quarterback because the Niners had zero pass rush whatsoever. So I'm hoping he can still deliver. Fred Warner, to me, is going to be the foundation of any success that defense has. It's still, in my opinion, no disrespect to anybody else, it's still all on his shoulders.
Well, yeah, but he can't go play every position.
Right, but he's the communicator. He's the captain. He's the leader. He's the one. He's the straw that stirs the drink.
If that's the case, then they should be going out and signing another edge.
We've always talked about Joey.
I mean, I would argue there's some other ones, including one down in Arizona too, that you could try to figure out what to do.
He's not an edge, but there's also a reason why we've heard the Niners connected to Max Crosby as much as they have been. And Max Crosby, to me, makes perfect sense for them to go after at the trade deadline or before it.
Sure.
I think
just getting some more pressure
Yeah.
on the quarterback, which they were league worst at in terms of sacks last year.
Let's go to the phones really quick. Joey wants to chime in on the Mike Evans conversation. What up, Joey?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for taking my call. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
So the Mike Evans thing, you know, it worries me. I'm a diehard 49er fan. You know, around the league, people always talk about how great Shanahan is. He is a good coach, but if he was a great coach, I think we would have already won one already in the last 10 years. And we've been in position to win one. The Mike Evans thing kind of worries me because the fact that our people get hurt all the time, I feel is due to Shanahan's offense. Mike Evans, if we would have had him probably 5 years ago, then I would think he would be outstanding. I think he would be a threat. I think he's only going to probably, Lord, please tell me I'm wrong, but history repeats itself. I hope he don't get hurt in the next 4 or 5 games.
I hope you're right.
I think he's only going to be, 6 games, 7 games tops.
Joey, appreciate the call.
Look, you heard me when they signed him. I was not on that.
Yeah, you got flack for that too.
I did get flack for it, and I'm fine with that. I looked at it in ways that Joey looks at it, and Father of Time, it does come up to haunt you at some points, but more so because he's coming to a team that is having major issues with health every year. Mm-hmm. And now they're going to add a piece coming off of a injury year, 1 year older, and they're going to just bet on his past. Like, that's a lot to bet on. And that's why I was hesitant on that piece in particular. Now, I hope it works out, and he's a hell of a player. And I hope that if the injuries don't affect him, he's going to be a really good player for them. But there's a lot of ifs when I describe him coming to 49ers territory.
Something Joey said there that caught my attention. I'm curious if you agree or disagree or not. He seems to believe it's the Niners offense that has led to these injuries. And I should have asked Joey the follow-up on what he means specifically by it. As in, is Kyle Shanahan putting them in positions to get hurt? Is it just the wear and tear on bodies?
It's a lot of wear and tear.
So dive in on that. What is it about offensively what the Niners are doing that you think is not the cause to catastrophic injuries, but certainly plays into it?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like the way that obviously he's brilliant in how he schemes up players,
Shanahan,
but it is physical. There is a lot put on. You just mentioned it yourself several times about how the offense needs to be the bread and butter.
Yeah.
Right? And there are a lot of times where the offense is on the field a lot for the Niners. Mm-hmm. We saw it last year. Like, if they were giving them a chance to win, it was usually because the offense was out there. And that's kind of why I've been so hesitant on this team and what it could be this year, because I don't know what the defense is going to look like truly.
Right.
I don't know. And I just feel like, if anything, the defense needs to improve and somewhat get to the offense's level at this season for them to go deep in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Because if you just have that offense out there all the time, that's exactly what happens.
See, the reason
you run it to the ground.
The reason why I put so much pressure on the offense is because even if this defense is better than I expect, I still expect them to be a ways below where the Rams and Seahawks are.
It's hard. It's a hard division because you do have to sometimes straight compare it because you face these teams twice.
Yes.
And you're right. The defenses are below those two.
With a healthy Brock Purdy, a healthy Christian McCaffrey, and there's another example, by the way, of it's a miracle Christian McCaffrey didn't get hurt last season with the amount of usage he had. Part of that was out of desperation from Kyle Shanahan. He had nobody else. But you've got these big pieces on offense, so that has to be your superpower in a division featuring two of the best teams in football that aren't you. Mm-hmm. Like that, you have to have superpower offensively. So I get that could lead to more injuries, but you have to find a way to get some longevity out of it. And of course, it starts with Brock Purdy just staying on the field, not getting stupid stuff like turf toe. No disrespect to turf toe, but it's like,
that's
dude, we got to avoid. Injury, we got to just avoid stuff like this, man. We got to keep you on the field.
Yeah, I'll give him credit though. Like everything that I've seen in the offseason, like these guys they have their fun, no doubt about it. They do their bonding trips, and that's
golfing.
That's what Mac Jones says makes it special there, because they're truly a family. But if you look at the work Christian McCaffrey is putting in, you look at the work Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, some of these guys are putting in, they're ready. Like, they know the expectations. They know the pressure. These guys aren't stupid. Mm-hmm. Like, they know what it's going to take. I want to see them succeed because, look, I'm a Seahawks fan, but I am covering this team, and it's a lot of fun to cover winning teams compared to teams that you're on here on the air bashing your head against the wall saying, why are we going over injuries again? Real quick, Matt, with some of these other teams that have landed on my list, and I'm curious as your take on what you think about some of these. So the next one that was very obvious to me is the Buffalo Bills.
That's number one to me.
And that to me is above everybody else.
Yep.
If I were truly going to put someone at one, I am putting Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills in that top spot.
New stadium, Super Bowl or bust, Josh Allen, new coach.
Yep.
The fact that the Chiefs weren't good last year but are probably going to be somewhat back this year, it's an easy number one.
I was saying 3 years ago that the Bills window was closing. And every year it seems like they find a way to open it up just a little bit, to give a little light to the organization and the fan base, to be like, we still have a chance. And with Josh Allen there, that is right. You still have a chance. And Joe Brady now as the head coach, there's going to be new play calling. There's going to be a boost to this offense. Defensively, how are they going to look? Absolutely. That's always a question in that division. You got to be right up there with the other teams that are in that division. But I do truly feel like they're right there. Also on this list, and I think, some people might not think it's fair because they have a new head coach. But remember, the reasons why you fire a guy like Jim Harbaugh is because John Harbaugh, is that you truly feel like you're on the brink of something, but you have to do something to change it up. I'm not saying this was the right decision because I don't think it was. The Baltimore Ravens are right up there.
I 1,000%
They're
agree.
right up there.
1,000% agree.
Yeah.
Because not that they made John Harbaugh their scapegoat, but it was very clear because they didn't gut their core. Like that team is relatively the same. They tried to add Max Crosby, but
yes, they tried.
That team is relatively the same, and they just got rid of one of the most established, well-known, longest tenured head coaches in the league. Again, it's not to blame him necessarily, but obviously when you fire a coach and keep a team together, it's easier to make that move. But there is an element of it was more the coaching than it was our team. So I 1,000% agree. There's a ton of pressure on the Ravens, not to mention Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. So that was another one.
And don't forget, with Buffalo, they have a new head coach as well.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah, Joe Brady. So even though he's been the OC there, a head coaching job is different. Believe me. It's different.
We'll see if you can stay friends with your quarterback when you're the head coach, not the OC.
Speaking of that, Philadelphia Eagles were on my list. And I say that because I know they've won a Super Bowl as of late. But Jalen Hurts and the drama that has gone on in that organization, and a lot of it was put on A.J. Brown as being the bad apple and the bad seed. Now, they don't have that excuse anymore. A.J.'s in New England. So now are you going to start, and they've already started it, are they going to start saying now it's Jalen Hurts' problem?
Oh, boy.
So something you still have Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. He shows up in big pressure situations. They have got to find some sort of, because they're in Philly. This is a big city with people that don't have a lot of temperament.
Or a filter.
So I always say, right now, until they really truly figure out what's going on there is pressure in Philly. And then my other one, I think this is always just an obvious, you guys.
Perpetual.
It's the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep,
they still got Dak. They've got 2 good wide receivers now. They've shored up the defense a little more since getting Parsons or leaving Parsons, to Green Bay. So to me, Dallas is always right up there.
Yeah, perpetually it's always on Dallas, even though what's funny is there's pressure, but it's pressure with low expectations. That's what's so weird about Dallas compared to these other teams is Ravens, Eagles, Bills, Niners have a lot of expectation on their shoulders. Everybody kind of expects the Cowboys to just kind of be good but never get it done because that's what they've always been, but there's still the pressure for them to be better than that every single year. Daniel, we see you on hold. He wants to talk 49ers. We'll get to you right when we come back. Plus, we'll run through the Kings' preseason schedule and some MLB trade deadline rumblings from The Athletic that had an interesting note in there involving the Giants that I wanted to bring up really quickly. We'll do that when we come back. Plus, the Drive guys will join us in studio. I forgot what they look like. They're back from Las Vegas. We'll see them soon. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Is the rest of the NBA developing a scouting report on Darius Acuff?
On offense, teams are going to blitz him and teams are going to play physical. You're going to have to hit tough shots because you're not getting good looks. And then on defense, Acuff is going to get intentionally switched on. He's going to get hunted. He's going to get isolated. It is going to be a true trial by fire his rookie year.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved solved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
The other guys must think you failed math. Get this huge discount. Then the fine print hits you with $5,200 in mandatory ads. It's adorable in a scammy kind of way. At Hoblet, we skip the tricks. The price you see is the price you actually pay. What a wild concept, huh? Hoblet, family owned 77 years. Experience the difference online at hobletdodge.com.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
We know the next time the Sacramento Kings will play basketball. We know. It's unfortunately
another gleam of hope.
Far as hell away.
Far, but at least you got excited for a second.
The Sacramento Kings preseason schedule is out. Hey, Kayla, just you wait. Just you wait for actual schedule release day. Oh, I'm going to be despicable.
I'm going to have to honestly
breaking down each matchup.
One of those things that I need one of those calm drinks.
That or just put a shock collar on me when I start to overreact. Oh, Kings Bucks on a Wednesday in April.
Would be fun.
Shut up. No, that's too much power in your hands. Yep, cool. It's too much power in your hands. the Kings preseason schedule is out, and it begins on October 5th.
All right.
Inside the Golden One Center. The Kings hosting it, the LA Lakers.
Ooh,
that's how they open their
juicy.
preseason. That's one of 2 home games for them during the preseason. 3 days later, October 8th, the Kings will take on the Lakers again, but that'll be down at Crypto.com Arena in La La Land. Then on October 10th, the Kings will travel to the Chase Center to take on the Golden State Warriors, a 5:30 tip on October 10th. Then they're back home for a meeting with the Portland Trail Blazers on October 13th in the Golden One Center. And finally, their preseason ends on October 16th, 7 p.m. in San Antonio, Texas against the Spurs.
That's why you're so excited.
Wemby, Fox, Harper, are any of those guys going to play? I don't know. But that is going to be a preview of our NBA Cup group. The Kings are taking on the Spurs in the NBA Cup group this year.
It's a difficult NBA Cup group.
The Kings got I think, the hardest NBA Cup group
Yeah, they
out
did.
there. Just to remind everybody of what those NBA Cup groups are.
And while you're looking that up, are we sure that's going to be a 7 o'clock game Pacific time if they're going to San Antonio on that October day? Because that would make it a 9 p.m. start in San Antonio.
It just says 7
that's
p.m.
crazy
It doesn't say Pacific. It just says 7 p.m. So I would assume that is Pacific.
Dang.
There's no Pacific or whatever.
Late night in San Antonio.
Late night in Texas. The Kings are in West Group C in the NBA Cup, which is the Spurs, the Lakers, the Blazers, the Warriors, and the Kings. 4 of those teams in the postseason in some capacity. The 5th one, the Kings, was not last season. Whoops.
Oy.
Yeah, not the best there. So there is your Kings preseason schedule. Let's break them all down in depth, all 5. What are we expecting from Kings and Warriors? What are we expecting from Kings, Lakers? The first one, not the second one. Kayla, boom, go.
Definitely a win.
Yep.
One's on the road.
5-0.
Losses.
Yep. Oh.
On the road.
Wow.
I'm just going off of what last year's trend was.
Put me down for a De'Aaron Fox 20-piece. Revenge
game.
For no reason. It's not like the Kings did. Well, never mind.
That'll happen, and then we'll be talking about that game for 4 days.
Yeah. Hey.
See, Fox is back.
Content.
Fox is back.
Don't do that. That was driven at me, and I didn't like it.
No, it wasn't.
That was driven at me, and I didn't like it. Well, the next major, I guess, sporting date that we have coming up, other than the NFL training camps truly beginning, is the MLB trade deadline, which is...
Great segue, Matt.
Thank you. I believe on August 3rd. Yes, the MLB trade deadline
Coming
on
up.
August 3rd. So coming up. And The Athletic did an article just breaking down teams that they're expecting to be sellers, and you'll not be surprised at all that the San Francisco Giants are on that list. They list Robbie Ray, Luis Arraez, and some of their relievers as potential trade chips. None of these, like Robbie Ray and Luis Arraez, we've heard a ton about. And I would be shocked if both of them are still on the team. What they can get for them, I'm not entirely sure. But a note in here that I wanted to mention that I thought was interesting is the Giants will listen on their core veteran players like Rafael Devers, Matt Chapman, and Willy Adames. But their contracts make them tough to move. Here's the note. I do think Adames would be a good fit with the Red Sox, however. Other players whose teams could have an interest in include Casey Schmidt and Jung-Hoo Lee. So the Athletic is at least opening the door a smidge to maybe some of these bigger names could potentially be on the way out. I imagine Buster Posey is trying to do some wheeling and dealing, but we've always kind of gotten stuck on how many of the names will they be able to move because of the contracts that they're signed.
Does this sound like the Kings or what?
Hey.
Good Lord.
Stop
Thought we
it.
were getting out of basketball
No, I
season.
wasn't talking about that. That was you. It wasn't me. I didn't do it this time, but you're right.
In all seriousness, though, they need to get off of one of these contracts.
Yeah.
Or there has to be some movement, Matt, with the deadline. And it ain't adding, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're not in the mix.
Yeah.
So this brings me to this point, though, Matt, like the whole Buster Posey thing.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a background in being a GM.
Yeah.
I understand he has a background in being a really good player for the organization and a face of the organization. But this is where things start to be put to the test.
Mm-hmm.
the wheeling and dealing, and how you are able to move players at deadlines that have big contracts or maybe aren't the most wanted.
Right.
That's what it's hard to do when you're a GM and you don't have that background or the right connections throughout the league, because not everyone looks at him and respects him yet as a GM.
Yeah.
It's just not how it works.
You don't want to dump players and just get absolutely fleeced. So I'm not necessarily worried about that from Buster, but also do your manager, who I believe Tony Vitello is still going to be around. I don't think they're going to fire him after 1 year.
Around.
Give your manager at least a little bit of an easier path to playing the guys that are now more future oriented that you want to see play.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're past the time where, like, there's no question Bryce Eldridge should be playing every single day. These younger guys should be playing every single day. Just do what you need to do to just clear out some space to let the next generation of Giants at least use this time wisely.
Right. Exactly.
Which was a Kings conversation.
I've got to bring up one thing.
What?
This is a little off the trail, but I could not.
You looked at your phone.
Yeah.
What is Red doing?
So I get alerts from Furbo.
Uh-huh.
This seems a little bit ridiculous.
Okay.
Red spots your favorite remote on the table and watches it intently, ready to push the button. Tap to investigate.
Sounds right to me. Dogs like TV. Red knows.
That's a little ridiculous.
Turn on Animal Planet. Do you do that, by the way? Do you ever leave, like, dog TV on for
Once
him?
in a while, if he's having anxiety moments like this whole weekend.
Psycho.
It helps him, though.
There's, like, legitimate dog TV channels. Psycho. Here's squirrel TV. Just watch a squirrel go.
But some of these dogs have anxiety just like us.
Yeah. Well.
They need a little calming effect. You're going to need that for the next few months as we don't have basketball. So I guess I'm going to bring in YouTube TV for you and turn on the squirrels, Matt.
I'm just gonna, no, it's not the squirrels. Just put, like, Darius Acuff Jr. highlights in front of me. And I'm like,
right?
Man, I'm telling you, man, August is a tough month for me.
I know it is.
It's a tough month for me.
I'm here for you.
My wife and son go back to school.
I'm here for you as your teammate, Matt.
You have to, it's like the Hall of Fame game. It gets me every time.
Well, that ain't
damn
something.
Hall of Fame
That ain't
game.
something to get excited about.
No, I
Matt.
know, but that's what I'm saying. It gets me every time. It's like, oh, finally football's back, and I turn it on, and it sucks.
Yeah.
That's August.
You're setting
for me.
yourself up for disappointment.
If you have a birthday in August, God bless you. I'm glad you have something to celebrate that month, because the rest of the month sucks. And my son is born in August. It's true. He's born August 25th.
That's funny.
How about that timing
nephew's
from the
August
Georges?
30th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about that timing from the Georges? We had our kid in the driest Kings month of the year. How about
Very
that
good job.
planning from the
Good job.
Georges, huh?
Very good.
They say I don't think 2 steps ahead. It was my wife. Thank you, wife. I didn't do anything. We'll take the break. When we come back, I can see him.
Yeah,
in the flesh. Whitey Gleason back. He's like 6 shades darker because of all that tan he got in Vegas by the pool. Alan Stiles, we'll see where he is too. But I'm excited. The Drive guys are going to be with us in the building. We'll recap their time in Vegas, and now we have to share our space again, darn it. I didn't leave any food behind, Whitey. Leave me alone.
Where'd the graham crackers go? Okay, they're gone.
Where'd the graham cracker go?
Go.
I ate them all. It's Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com. campnetandstone.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Hey, Albert, can you help us plan and budget for a bathroom renovation?
I certainly can. Let me review your finances.
Who are you talking to?
Albert, my AI financial assistant that I can access right in the app. It automates all things finance, moves money, pays bills, creates personalized alerts, finds savings, and so much more.
Your bathroom renovation financial plan is ready. I found cash you can put aside, and to cover the rest, Albert can get you up to $10,000 fast.
Can you find contractors nearby within our budget?
Here's a list of contractors. Would you like help requesting a $10,000 loan for your bathroom renovation?
Yes! Download the Albert app and use promo code MULTIPLY to access Genius. Plus, get up to $10,000 for whatever you need. Just download the Albert app right now and use promo code MULTIPLY to get up to $10,000. That's promo code MULTIPLY.
Have you seen The Odyssey at the Esquire IMAX Theater? Director Christopher Nolan shot every frame entirely on 1570 IMAX film, and Sacramento's Esquire IMAX Theater is one of only 40 theaters in the world showing The Odyssey in brand new IMAX film technology, as Nolan intended his epic film to be seen in IMAX format.
No one could stand between me and home, not even the gods.
See The Odyssey for the first time or again, and lock in your seats for the best movie experience only at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
A good place to buy a new truck would be a place known as Truck Country. Folsom Chevy is Truck Country, and now it makes even more sense. Folsom Chevy is offering 0% financing for 5 years, no payments for 90 days on all new Silverado half-ton trucks in stock, and there's a lifetime warranty. Go to Folsom Chevy at the Folsom Auto Mall or go to folsomchevy.com. From the mountains to the levee, think Folsom Chevy. Together, let's drive. Must finance with GM on approved credit. $16.67 per 1,000 finance. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends July 31st, 2026.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action, but please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Took record time. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles are back, and there's already something going on that I missed out on.
This is Alan's favorite word since coming back. Yeah.
Alan Stiles got the post Vegas energy
blues
right now.
Not at all. Not at all.
Vegas blues.
Not at all. Alan can go and explore Las Vegas for a long time, then get up the next day at 5 a.m. and run.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that. Not 5.
That's true.
6, 7. 6:45.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that.
Who had the latest wake up? I think I already know the answer, but who had the latest wake up? Do you know?
You probably don't want me to say too much. We were all up and at 'em. There was stuff to do. I think the day we left, I was awakened for the day by some people who were coming in.
Oh
no!
I believe that's the case.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it might have been. I thought there was an armadillo.
Oh.
Maybe it was an animal. Yeah.
A scorpion.
That laughs like Alan. I don't know.
Oh.
That is hilarious. You know what's funny about that? My first ever trip to Vegas was like a bachelorette party. And that night, we were just like, too early of a flight, so I guess we'll just stay out all night. That was the most miserable airport experience I've ever had in my life. I've never slept at an airport like past. That was me.
Whitey's a funny guy. Yeah, I have jokes.
No, that was all imaginated.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the cake? Did you get the cake? The vending machine cake?
No. I sent you a picture.
I know. You sent me a picture, but you didn't actually do it?
I didn't want it.
Coward. The one thing I asked for.
I did not want it.
Didn't ask for any content or anything.
I sent
just
you
asked
a pic.
for the cake.
I sent you a pic. That's good enough. Didn't like that ballpark, seeing that stinking ballpark.
I bet, yeah.
Didn't appreciate that at all.
It's coming along, though?
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Ugh.
Kayla, yeah.
Ugh.
They'll be ready. They'll be ready, 28? Opening day 28?
Yeah, that stinks.
Boo!
That stinks.
Boo!
Now, whether or not they're supported is another subject for another day.
Well, it's hard because I know the Raiders have been there a long time now.
Yeah.
But still, seeing that stadium and think, oh, there's where the A's are going. That's where the Raiders went. Don't like it, man. Don't like it one bit.
Have you ever been in Allegiant Stadium, though?
No, I know you guys went for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, when I was there was an element of bitterness for sure, and then I stepped foot in it, and I was like, okay, I get it.
But that's not the point.
I know. I know. But
Stealing
listen,
teams.
I love the Coliseum. I adore the Coliseum. It's one of my second homes. Like, I have so many fond memories in that building. But you walk into Allegiant Stadium and you're like, I
don't know about your loyalty to teams. I heard you today on this program. Well, Kayla, Hard Knocks is about your Seahawks, so I'll probably become a Seahawks fan.
I just said every year. No, I said every year Hard Knocks gets me. Because I watch, for some reason, I am Hard Knocks' target audience. Because I am desperate for something to kill the time during the worst sports month of the year.
Even Ramsey shakes his head at that, and he has 14 favorite
he's got a lot of teams.
That's fine. Every year I watch Hard Knocks, and I find a reason, whether it's usually the underdog stories of the guys who barely make the cut or whatever. I'm very interested in those stories, so that's the reason why it's like, okay, I recognize that name from Hard Knocks. I'm rooting for him. Doesn't mean to be
By the way, I totally agree with what you said about trampolines today. That they're terrifying.
They're horrible.
They're really scary.
Trampolines are horrible.
They're terrifying.
Alan Stiles?
Mm-hmm.
I could see Alan doing backflips.
Normal trampolines? With the springs and stuff. The Smiths across the street from us on Ray Court, they used to have this big trampoline, and it had one of those giant pits underneath it. It was scary, man.
Yeah.
They're scary. No, we had a big trampoline in my backyard. I double bounced my sister out of it. Oh.
Well, that's why you have the nets
Over
now.
the net.
Yeah, no. Those nets don't do nothing. You fall into those nets, you'll take it.
We didn't have nets back then. Yeah. Just concrete.
Yeah.
Then my kid has a trampoline right now. She's 3. Really? Oh, yeah.
Is it one of those tiny ones?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Those are fun.
She's already getting ready to be a gymnast.
That's right.
There we go.
I didn't realize how tiring jumping is.
Yes.
I chased my kid into a bounce house at a party like a couple years ago, and I was exhausted.
It's also good for your lymphatic system.
It's hot as hell.
You better not challenge Alan to the 40 then.
I don't need to.
Yeah, Alan,
That's right.
where's the new challenge? The next challenge.
Yeah, we're working on a couple different challenges right now.
Are you?
Know? Yeah, and we're taking all offers too. If somebody wants to challenge me at something,
We've got people in the chat.
Did Whitey read my offer? Our one-on-one golf match?
Yeah, that's on the list.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything. I texted Whitey and I heard nothing back. So no.
I said, let's do it.
He's got a quick 40 time. He's running from the smoke.
No, I'm not. I got to talk to your guy, Tom, and get my swing right too. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you can.
I know Tom.
Right.
Go for it.
Yeah. So before we do anything.
I don't know if there's anything he can do for you.
You heard what Tom said? If he turned you into whatever you are now, yeah, this will be easy work. Once he sees my swing,
not really an athlete.
Yeah, that'll be easy money.
All right.
And I want a crowd. It's live streamed. I got you. What is you want it? a gallery? What is it with you guys? It's you. It's Kevin John. It's all these guys that are trying to challenge me. You and your buddy. You got a pact? You texting him?
No.
Because Kevin wants to race me.
Did he ever get back to you?
Of course not. Of course not. Everybody, they talk until it's time for action.
Oh, they do that.
Until it's time for action.
Oh,
okay?
They talk.
You put your money where your mouth
Not
is.
Alan
Right,
Stiles.
Whitey?
So
I'm sitting this one out.
No, you're not. You started it.
Are we getting?
You started it.
Are we getting a legitimate redo out there in front of an audience?
A redo of what?
Because you said you got more in the tank. You said that this morning.
There's
so
a straight road right there.
I'm like
know.
a boxer. I have to train again.
Right.
I'm not just going to do it again.
But you don't have to unless
train.
someone beats your time you posted. Otherwise,
that's right.
Yeah.
Go on social and post your time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot posted and from different areas of California. No one's touching it yet.
40s.
That's
I've
right.
Got 40s
all over in different area codes. Come on. So it's all part of the deal. It's all content. A lot of people nowadays, everybody's sitting in front of a mic, right? Anybody can sit in front of a mic.
Anybody.
Right? Who's out here doing something? The numbers that we saw from that 40 taught me one thing. People want to see people do stuff.
So do you understand Russell Westbrook a lot more now? Never mind.
Sure.
Diplomatic answer there.
Of course.
Oh, goodness.
I really enjoyed Whitey's wake-ups. I really...
Well, thanks.
I really enjoyed those, too. Really enjoyed those.
Appreciate that.
It was great.
Where's your compliment for...
What? For what? What else was out there?
Oh, I don't need it.
Oh, the concourse stuff.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Hey, Larry. When you coming home, Larry? I like that. That was great.
Thanks, Matt.
Really enjoyed that.
Appreciate it.
I enjoyed it.
I had to get it out of you.
It's okay, Kayla. You and I were on the same page.
I did like the flip-up glasses. Those need to make a return.
What are those like glasses for computer and sunglasses?
Yeah, it's you never know where the sun and the UV rays, so it's good to have different options.
How'd you like Bieber last night?
I had to put the baby down. I actually missed Bieber.
Kev did not like it.
Yeah.
No. Energy down? Not a fan?
But
all he needs is
his
guitar and a
with
voice.
His vocals at
That's
least.
right.
That's true.
Who was the best of the performers?
Oh, Shakira, probably.
Yeah, Shakira was pretty good.
She's like 50 and has, looking good.
Made it to the fair yesterday, so I got some stories.
Oh, I can't
is
wait.
it fair time already?
It just kind of happened.
Oh.
Yeah. The fair opened this weekend, right? Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, it is hot.
What a transition. The Vegas trip to the California
Yeah.
fair.
Well, no, that's the story. They both have something in common. It was
so good. Why do they call it the fair?
What a tease.
We will hear Alan's California State Fair story in addition to first day back in Sacramento. First show back.
First day back.
Well, we got
recap.
First show back.
Recap of the recap.
Of the recap.
At the kneecap.
All right, Tanya Harding.
That's right.
Whatever that is. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles, back in studio here in Sacramento, back from Las Vegas and ready to bring the heat for the next 4 hours. Good to have you guys back. The Drive guys are next. Kayla and I will be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow. See ya.
Peace.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram.